C10 Talk, episode 173, our first live builder series, recorded in front of a studio audience. Not really, but you get the idea. Jason, Big Ten Bowman. Here we go.
Just throwing a number out there. My swaps are 15 to 17,000. But I don't do a stock swap. You know, I have yet to do a stock drop it in swap.
Damn, son.
Let me tell you what Melvin Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, scored over 30, 11-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some fucking muscle.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
Welcome to C10 Talk, your C10 Truck podcast.
And now I have a chance to be the best, maybe the best in the world.
My old man, he's a television repairman, got this ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
I said I got 50 cents in that jukebox, and all I can hear is your mouth flapping. You hear that?
Here's your host, Ronnie Wedge.
What's up, C10 Nation? Hopefully you're hanging in there and you are not going crazy with the current quarantine and or state of the coronavirus. Just check the map, the old John Hopkins, and it is a lot. We've got a lot of cases. It's saying the U.S. has 337,000 right now. So the deaths are like 85. So sorry to start with that, but if you haven't seen the coronavirus map, John Hopkins, you can get on. It's coronavirus.jhu.edu. So coronavirus.johnhopkinsuniversity.edu. Yeah, I'll get off of that then. Episodes 170, 171, 172. You guys, it's looking like you guys like those. So the auto archaeologist with Ryan Brutt was fun, kind of going back. Obviously, Whoa Nelly was a good one. Canadian, her and Liam. Traxxas, I figured that one wouldn't be super popular, but definitely a niche. And the AccuAir News, looks like we got that out, and you guys are enjoying that one. So within reason, since it was, almost like a rumor, and then everybody's like, holy shit. So AccuAir, crazy stuff, sad. I will try to reach out to Reno. I mean, I've had texts with them and stuff, but I assume I'll probably talk to him this week. And then let's give him some time to settle down, him and the crew. And I'll reach out and try to get, some sort of interview for you guys. I do have a killer YouTube video that I should really have it out here. Let's get it out next week. I probably need to re-record the beginning or just say something at the beginning and then get that out. So I'll probably meet up with Grinder maybe when I get up to Metal Ox's studio, because they're pretty close. They're not that far away. So that's the deal on that. So I've got an AccuAir video coming your way. This you can watch on YouTube as well, which is super cool. So if you want to just watch the video, you can watch the video, or you can just listen to the pod the way that you normally do. So you've got a couple different options there. I just thought I would put this out for you guys so you could kind of hear what's going on and follow along with the Builder series. This was the first one we did. We did it with Big Ted Bowman, and it went great. I think everybody enjoyed it. They liked the questions. It's a little tough because I'm kind of going back and forth between YouTube and Instagram, but I didn't really get too many complaints about it. And then having it on YouTube, it keeps the video and I can extract it. So that's kind of the way to go. So I'm going to continue to do YouTube and Instagram. So I know that's a lot of formats. I'll keep it to the two. I'll keep Facebook out of the deal. So many different avenues or venues I could get that media out, but YouTube and Instagram, and then obviously now the pod. So we'll go over to Metal Ox on Friday. So this is Big Ten Bowman, and then Metal Ox Fab, Kyle Oxberger. He is, pretty much known for cutting down those long beds. He was a previous guest of C10 Talk, and he since then he's had a SEMA build, and he just launched a 67 to 72 video. He's doing a pre-order right now. Kind of goes step by step on how to cut down a long bed. So you're going to want to get that if you're interested in cutting down one of them trucks, or you're one of those shops that's always looking at doing it, thinking about doing it, and you're like, I love the way Kyle does it, but I don't know exactly how he does. So he's giving out some of them recipes, secret family recipes. So if you've got some thoughts, some questions, and you have time and you can get on at 6 o'clock on Instagram or YouTube, then I'll do my very best to get all those questions. We definitely had a lot of questions flying on last Friday with Bowman, so you're going to hear them. Some other guests that I've reached out to, and they've all accepted my proposal, is going to be Sammy C, Sam Castronova. We've got AZ High Test, which is Jason Berland. We've got Grinder, Brian Good. We've got Cesar Mata, which is Matador. He is a painter. He is a powder coater. He is a sandblaster. We've got Johnny G, a lot like Bowman, but different. So they do some of the same type of stuff, LS swaps, wiring, brakes, stuff like that, but a little different. AZ Pro Travis, I'm going to run that one over on the OBS format. So that'll be on the OBS Instagram. So I'm going to add a few more. I will continue to add them. So right now, I think that brings us like 7, 8, or 9 so that I've got scheduled. So tune into Metal Ox if you can make it and think about your questions. Speaking of videos, we've got another video coming out, which is going to be killer. It should be out as simultaneous to this dropping. And that's going to be Big Ten Bowman doing what he does, donuts in Sam Castronova's Palo Verde. And we had a good time. So we've got some aerial footage. We've got some side GoPro footage. We've got some phone footage, some inside the cab footage. And it's Bowman just tearing the wheels off of Sam's truck. Sam wanted to put some new tires on his truck. He did drive that truck to LST there and back, so about 2,500 miles. And he had the tires before, and I'm not sure how old they were, but he wanted to get some new ones. So he said, "Hey Bowman, let her loose." And he did, and we were there to capture it. So that video is also on our YouTube. So if you want to watch this interview, you want to watch the new Burnout video, we've got a killer shop tour with Marquet. I highly recommend it. Please check it out. And then I'll get that AccuAir one out as well. So we're working hard on getting you some fun interviews and some good content over there to the YouTube channel C10 Talk. Some other stuff. The shows are rescheduling. They're starting to look at what's going on with everything in this world, and they're starting to lay down some new dates. I know LS Fest West, which I was going to go to here in April, at the end of April, that's moved to June. I think it's like 14th and 15th. So that weekend of June, and they're going to do it at night, and they're going to do it under the lights in Vegas. I think that's the same weekend as Brothers, so I didn't go to Brothers last year. We had already made a family vacation, so I probably will go to Brothers on that one. We'll see. My son will not be happy with me, so maybe we'll hit up LST on Friday, travel on Saturday, and then go to Brothers on Sunday. That's a lot, but what the hell? Especially when we're kind of, sheltering in place right now, we can do what we do come June. So that's probably about the time where you'll start to see people bust loose a little bit and get back out there and be wanting to get back out there. So that ought to be a good time. Another one I did see was C10 Nationals rescheduled. I think they were like in May and they moved it to August. So hot tamale. That's the problem with everything moving, because everybody's in these nice, spring dates, Aprils, and maybe a little bit of May, and then you go to the June, July, August, and hot. So whatever. I'm just telling you, that's it's not going to be that much hotter than it is here in the PHX. So let's get over to some reviews real quick. I wanted to give a little shout out to some of those peeps. If you guys could, please take the time to rate and review us. I know it's a broken record. I know I continue to say, but I just want to make sure I'm letting you know if you're new and you're coming into C10 Talk that we do appreciate you taking the time to do that. So let's start it off here. Great show, 5 stars by D. Wilson, 1989. And great show. Keep it up, Ronnie. Pretty sweet, pretty simple. There you go. D. Wilson. Thanks, brother. JP Ziegler, 5 stars. Greatest podcast ever, A+. Dude, I like that one. Simple again. Greatest podcast ever, A+. JP Ziegler, 5 stars. Thanks, brother. Awesome, 5 stars by Crispy K, with a K, Crispy K. Awesome podcast. Listen to it all the time. Thank you, Crispy K. One more very educational 5 stars by Dean S, 1989. Are you related to D. Wilson, 89? Kind of funny. I tell everyone I know that's trying to rebuild or restore their C10 to come here. Chances are the info they need is somewhere in these podcasts. It's definitely worth listening to. Hallelujah, Dean S. 1989. Now we're talking. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for doing that. Thanks for taking the time to leave me a rate and a review and let us know how we're doing. If you guys could out there, please do the same. That's it. I hope you guys have a chance to tune in this Friday, YouTube and or Instagram. I know things are crazy. Hopefully everybody's healthy as can be and not going too stir crazy. I'll be honest with you. I'm enjoying the time with my kids, and it's just kind of has slowed things down. Now, I haven't had anybody really close to me get the virus and or I'm not to that point yet. So in Arizona, I still think we've got the worst to come. I continue to tell my mom, don't leave the house. So we'll see. But I'm thinking of you guys out there. I hope you're not going too crazy. I'm trying to get you as much content as we can, help along the way, and keep you connected. So have a great week. We'll be back with Kyle Metalox. All right, guys. Late.
So welcome to the first chat. We are observing all precautions. We're not going to stay like this. Yeah, he probably should.
Yeah.
But I have no intentions of doing that.
It's already driving me crazy.
So what took so long was I set up the door because I wanted to have the partition. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, what are you doing? So we're safe now because we're observing all precautionary distance. Even though we're 6, let's see here. This is pretty nice. Even though we're less than 6 feet, for Jason and I, this is about our measurements, 6 feet. So
I had to take measure, but
So I'm going to try to balance the difference. We are on YouTube, we're on Instagram Live, and I'm also recording this for the pod. So we'll see how it goes. C10 Talk, first builder series. With this crazy world that's going on right now, I thought, why not try to get with some of these rad guys and not only answer questions for you, but just show you what these guys are capable. So first and foremost, no introduction needed to Mr. Big Ten Bowman himself. Look at that. He's filtering out his nose.
Filtering my vision.
All right, I got my boss.
Gotta go.
So let's see what we got. Anybody want to join in? Let us know. We will we'll kick you over and we'll let you join in. You should see this hodgepodge we got going. I got the laptop, I've got the phone, I've got the mic for the pod, and we're recording. So I'm gonna push this over to Jason, and I will just help moderate this with.
If you want to see Ronnie, you have to go to YouTube, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Or you can go to both. It's fine.
That mess.
Yeah.
Been working all day. He's
a worker. So. I think I brought some refreshments. Jason doesn't really partake in refreshments. He partakes in water, but
hand sanitizer.
Is this ironic? I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, here, let me.
Yeah. Clean that thing off there. Hey, that's alcohol too, mixed in. So I might have to get an Uber home. But all right, we got a good group. Let's see what we have. If you want to see a cool truck, let's do this real quick.
It's Palo.
Boom, Palo's sitting there. And my daughter's working on that video right now. We'll take you on Instagram at the end. We'll take you for a little shop tour because right now we're kind of, I guess, trapped by this table.
We're already getting a question.
What's your thoughts on AccuAir? Well, I mean,
should we really dive into that?
I mean, the bottom line is the writing is on the table. So for Instagram, the question was you can leave it on you. For Instagram, the question was AccuAir. I mean. It doesn't take, from the media perspective, the way I look at it is my job is to report what they said. Were they in trouble? I mean, obviously, if they couldn't last 3 to 4 weeks, they had already taken on investments. But I will tell you, I have a video out. I'm going to look over at YouTube. Since the question came in at YouTube, I'll look at YouTube real quick because the interview question came from YouTube. But I have a video, and you're going to see how awesome their facility was. What they invested in, the tech. I mean, this is only assumption, and that's where I don't like to get too crazy. Is you think about what went into R&D and just trying to make CVT. That was probably a lot, and unfortunately, for me, I'm going to be sad, and I'm sad about the company because the company was amazing.
And all the people that work there.
But that's the key. To me is the people. And in my line of work, and when you think about United by Trucks and you think about the trucks are cool, but the people are cooler, it's the people that really hits. And I will tell you, what I was told is that the people, like for example, some of the staff, they did not know. As of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they had no clue. So April 2nd is, April Fools on a day late.
There's no way they could have done it on the 1st.
No, they wouldn't have done that. Well, they didn't take them serious on the 2nd. Right. So the key is there's a lot of stuff going on. You can speculate all you want. I think most people are pretty smart enough to figure out that they were probably not in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the key would be that the COVID-19 was something that nobody anticipated, but was a nail in the coffin.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And when you got that big of an investor, who whatever their situation was, it's insane to think about that kind of money. But
more money than
he wants his money back. Then it is what it is. So.
Yeah, he wants it and he got it. So, what's your thoughts? Make me know a body. They hook me up. Make two. I'm nobody. Okay, Andrew, you're somebody. We want to hear your question. So you're not. It's not that you're nobody. Right. But let's go over here to Insta Wiener, and you guys have any questions? Let me just start it off with Jason. I'm gonna go right here.
I touched my eye.
Yeah, don't touch your eye. I'm gonna move it over to Jason. The truck door is really helping shield us, but I'm gonna move it to Jason. I'm gonna start off with a question. So Jason's specialties in my mind are really motor swaps. And when you come to the Big Ten garage, you see a lot of motor swaps going on, tons of motors here. I was asking him the other day about how much he had for work from the perspective of motor swaps. Jason, how much is a 5.3? So if a guy comes to a shop, he says, I want Big Ten to get me the motor and I want you to do a swap in my C10. Break that down for us.
That is a very loaded question.
Well, I know. Instagram, can you hear us okay? I hope you can. It's not loaded in the sense that, let's just say I come in and I say, I want a 6.0 LS right there. How much is that going to cost? Just the motor.
Well, I mean, if you agree with the motor has such a big range. I mean, you can spend if you find an engine for
140,000 miles, 6.0, not a 6.2,
between $1,500 to $2,500. It just depends.
Okay, and with the that's probably with a tranny 4L80.
Well,
okay,
I mean, a 6-liter these days, or at least a few weeks ago, who knows what it is now. A 6-liter is $1,500 to $2,500, typically just the motor.
Okay.
Then you're typically in a 6-liter situation. You're a 4L80, so you're paying $1,000 for a 4L80, a used one typically.
Okay, so if you get if you can find a 6.0 with a 4L80 for $1,500 to $2,000, you're getting a good deal. $2,500, you probably have low miles. So you bring so somebody gets that whether you pull it. If let's say you had to pull it, how much would you charge?
If I'm pulling it out of the donor truck?
Yep.
I don't really do that. I mean, I can.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to ask them to take care of it.
Typically, yeah. And most people aren't buying a whole truck to do a swap with. If they're buying a whole truck, they're doing the swap themselves typically. But a lot of guys will lately have just wanted me to source an engine, or they've already got an engine sitting on their floor that they've been wanting to do for a while.
Okay.
So once you have the motor and trans, obviously that's a big chunk of the bill right there, and then you're working on your harness and trying to figure out how much power you want to make. If you want to do a cam is typically where everybody starts.
So let's not get into the cam yet, because I think that's a whole nother. If I'm going to have two questions for you, I asked you the first one. Well, hell, just go with it, I guess then. So the cam, but I want to just say a 6.0 swap, bam. How much, when you generally include the harness and your labor, how much does that run somebody?
Oh, like bare bones deal like that. Oh man. Even still, it's a loaded question because it just depends on what their truck is like. There's a lot of guys out there that'll charge, and I've done a video on this. There's a lot of guys out there that'll charge $5,500 to do a swap, complete, turnkey, drive it away. I don't see how they do it. There's a truck behind me right there.
The red square body?
No,
nope.
The blue.
Oh, okay,
the blue 76. But he got pretty fleeced on his deal, and he was charged $5,500, and supposed to be a new motor, new trans, all this other fun stuff, and it was hack jobbed in there, and the motor had 200,000 miles plus. You know, I went to go do a camshaft in it, and the thing was, it was worn out, just a clapped out motor. So now there's a new motor for it. I pulled the motor out and had it rebuilt and did the machine work to it, and I just finished putting it back together today. So next week that's going in.
So let's assume that 6.0 was true, 140,000 decent. What's general? 2, 3 grand, 4 grand
for my labor?
Yeah, to put it in.
I mean, you're still wiring harness, exhaust, drive shaft, fuel system, trans cooler lines. What gauges are we going to run? Where do you want the computer? I typically always put them under the dash. I like a clean engine bay.
Yeah,
a little more work, but it is what it is. That's how I like them. So intake setup, your radiator hoses, all of your fuel system components, your pump, your whatever regulator return system you're using.
Look at them. Look at them.
They don't care if you look at them.
Yeah, they do. No. They want to look at his eyes.
No.
Look at his whiskers. They're like, look at this guy. Let's see what else. Look at all these guys. So would you say 4 high boosted? We're trying to scroll through some of these.
So for a rough number for me to do a swap on somebody.
You could back the camera up a little to get both of you.
Oh, that's my head.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but the table, it'll fall off the table.
Oh, we could do a little bit about it. That's all right. They don't want to see me.
Well, yeah, they do.
No, they don't. So they're tuning in for you. So
I still like it.
So 2. Yes,
like that. So
that's why I wanted to put the Big Ten sticker right here. So let's just say 2 grand. I know I'm kind of pressing on this. 2 grand, and then I'm going to say 4,500 generically.
Okay, so a generic number for me. Just throwing a number out there. My swaps are 15 to 17,000.
Whoa!
Yeah, but I don't do a stock swap. You know, I have yet to do a stock drop it in swap.
Okay,
it's a camshaft, and it always gets into more. On average, you look at my books. That's what a swap is.
And that's okay. I just want the audience to have a general idea, because a lot of times you think, okay, LS swap. The motor is typically the cheapest part.
Yeah, typically.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can set a motor in there. It's not a big deal. Dirty Dingo makes a mount for it. You stuff it in there and you bolt the transmission and you're done. It's making everything else work and look nice.
Yeah. So that's the key. I wanted to see. Let's see if anybody. We're on Instagram. See if anybody wants to join in. The way I see it is they will back and relate. Okay. Yeah, we're a little behind on the Insta-Wiener here.
It's the feed's not rolling through. It's for whatever reason.
I don't know why. Usually we have that. So I could tell it's a hard question because it always depends on the customer's preference.
That's
True.
100%.
Sorry. Let me scoot this back. That's a great idea, Jason's dad.
How about we go I wonder if we can move this one over here like this.
Hold on, Kevin. Kevin.
So let's try this. I wonder how much room we got here. So
we got all kinds of room, and that's only for the Wi-Fi, so that's okay to have. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Check that out.
Look at us.
And you can almost see the banner up there.
Yeah, and we'll put the mic right there. This is mucho good. We're so smart.
No.
So just to go back, for Bowman, you're looking at $15K for and that's
average.
The key. Yeah, no. I like what you're saying. It is loaded. Hold on. I like what you're saying. It is loaded.
Yeah.
So the key. Now this has definitely been in my wife's car. I can smell these. These are what we wear at work. So don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Let's see. That's okay. So we're back on YouTube. And you can scroll through there. How do you contact Jason for quotes?
Instagram.
Tim K5, isn't he Phoenix guy?
Yeah, he's just down the street. He's been to my shop. Tim, you've been to my shop before.
Maybe he's asking a rhetorical in that that's going to help you. So you get on Insta-Wiener, Big 10 Bowman. I like to call him Big 10 millimeter. You can take that up with his wife.
Boosted, yes, you are correct.
What's Boosted saying?
Good work ain't cheap.
Good work ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Hi, Boosted.
Good work ain't cheap. Cheap work ain't good.
Okay, yeah, you can get rid of that. So if you guys want to join on Instagram, let us know. We can let somebody in. Good feed, Scotty Hampton, Shampton, probably drinking a cold one.
Where's the what? Does that say garage? Yeah, where's the garage? It's behind us.
Where's the garage?
My dad says we can't hear you. Can you hear us now?
What do you mean you can't hear us?
How long ago was that?
Yeah. Kevin! Call Kevin. Call him on the thing. Call him on the phone. Be like, Pops, can you not hear us? Good work ain't cheap. Da-da-da. Obviously, somebody can hear us because they're responding to us. So, Instagram, let's see. SBC and BBC forever. Small block Chevy, big block Chevy. There's nothing wrong with that, buddy. I actually had somebody. I know where there's a nice little big block, so I have to find out about that. YouTube quote. Let's see here. We're over here on the YouTube.
Somebody says they just got a 67 GMC for $900, and they're getting a 6-liter, and it would be $4,500. That would be a cool little combo. A pulling machine.
There's Dub.
Oh, Dub.
So break down a cam. So until somebody comes in with another question, so I think another thing, secondary question for Jason is really his cam work. People, he's got a nice cam. Really does a good work with his cam work.
I don't have one cam that I do. I have I work with some people, and there's a few different cams that we like to use, and we have some custom stuff made. So
look at the camera.
They want to say they don't care about that. I'm talking to you and them. They're listening.
I'm going to talk to you like this.
Here, put your mask on.
Okay. Here we go.
Did you sanitize your mouth?
That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm putting alcohol on. This kind of defeats the purpose. I'm putting the coronavirus in the can.
You're putting the corona in.
I'm a little sad they went to the skinny cans. They're kind of the Chica cans, but
you should have got the bottles.
I don't.
That is a little girl.
I know.
Can
that's just what they are now.
Yeah.
What else? What's High Plains? What's he want to know?
It's so hard to see. It's like the
letters.
Here that.
Umberto, Ronnie said $2,000. What?
Is that
Berto
Umberto?
Yeah, but he's saying $2,000.
I wouldn't do work for Berto if my life depended on it.
Berto's charging too much money, so stock 50. Okay, so talk about the cam work. So really, what's your? I mean, without giving away the secret family recipe, ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah.
But what's your?
It's not Chinese. It's American.
Well, I know, but that's kind of okay. So Bowman doesn't know Calgon commercials. I'm dating myself, but that was a commercial that was on
coronavirus.
Ancient Chinese secret? No, yeah. Calgon, take me away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as far as cams go, I don't have there's not one particular cam that I like to use in one situation. There's actually a formula, and there's a few different things that you do to figure out what cam you're going to run. For instance, if you want to run a torque converter, then you can run a bigger cam. If you don't want to run a torque converter, you want it to have more street manners, and you want to run a factory converter, you have to run a smaller cam. So, blower, turbo, whatever the situation is that you're going to be doing with it, the intake style, like the Delmo style intakes, the single plane intakes, you have to run a different style cam for those, because an LS absolutely hates not having any plenum volume. So, there's, like I say, it's a tough question, and I deal with it on a case-by-case deal. I don't really have one cam specific.
What do you think from a horsepower perspective it adds to a 6.0 when you do one of your cams?
I mean, we've seen upwards of 80.
Okay.
So.
And that runs.
What?
Money-wise.
Oh, money-wise. Oh, I mean, a cam kit. My cam kits, push rods, valve springs, valve guide seals. Depending on what year the engine is, typically people are running the earlier generation 6 liters, 5.3s, all that stuff. You're right around $850, $900 for a cam.
And that's not with labor, is it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So with labor.
Are you bringing me the motor or what?
The motor's here. The motor's here.
Okay.
I'm saying the
I have the motor here.
I'm saying same thing. The 6.0 motor that you're gonna cam it and put it in my truck for me. So say the same recipe or the same question. Question one.
$1,300 to $1,500.
Okay. So
done.
Out the door, labor and the $850 plus $1,300.
That's total.
Oh, okay. So $1,500.
Yeah.
So if you want a Bowman cam, Big 10 cam, $1,500 on top of the 6.0. So what would you say?
Why does my daughter say Pinocchio nose?
I don't know. She doesn't like your nose. Maybe she's
something like that.
Yeah. Scroll through it. Let's see if we have anything on Instagram, on YouTube here. Welcome to live
says
chat.
You're drinking Custom Supply C10 says you're drinking the virus. Okay.
I am drinking the virus.
Yeah.
What up, Shampton? Dead end. Jason. Sorry you couldn't host the crawfish cruising.
I know, that sucks. I was so looking forward to sucking some crawfish butts.
Oh, my God.
I've never done it before.
It's mucho good. And the potatoes were good, too. Okay, audio is working. Actifoo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
How many Instagram names can you have? Ask that guy.
Yeah, Actifoo. Somebody's saying Jane Weaver.
Hi, Ronnie.
So so
One Low C10 got a question.
What does he got?
Best bang for the buck, 5.3 460 or 6-liter 480?
That's an easy question, I think. Even I can answer that question.
What's your take?
Without a doubt, the 6.0.
But it's more money.
I know,
like
but
a
it's
bunch.
But it's the best bang for your buck. Really, if you're going to go best for your bang for your buck, then you go 4.8.
I mean, if you just want an LS and you just want the fuel economy, you want the power of an LS, you don't want all the leaks, you want to be able to get it in and start it, a 5.3 all day long.
Cool. Yeah. What about that's good to know. So don't you think though, like just like the other day I was asking you, depending on the application. So I just asked him the other day, I have a 72 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. So it's going to be a heavier truck. I have a 5.3 and I'm like, man, do I put that 5.3 in there or do I go with a 6.0? But I feel like because it's such a big truck and you got 8 lug axles and you got big, I'm going to go 35s. Yeah, 33s. Maybe, what's that thing running? 35s? The Dell truck?
And it's 33s.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
So, but it's a long bed. So you kind of got to go a little bit bigger. Bottom line, 33 to 35s, 373 gears.
I think your truck on 35s would be awesome.
Yeah. So 6.0 or 5.3?
6 liters.
Okay.
So it's a heavier truck.
So that's the key. So I think with a Blazer, I guess I'll go like this a little bit, but I think with a Blazer, you could get away with more of a 5.3 because they came, 350, so on and so forth. A nice cammed Bowman 5.3 is the way to go. But I think with the 3/4 ton long bed 4-wheel drive truck, I feel like I need a 6.0.
Boosted. Does Boost make you happy?
Yeah. Damn, girl.
Damn.
She makes me happy.
Boost, the unfortunate thing, there's a side effect about Boost. Once you drive a boosted truck, car, whatever it is, whether it's turbo or supercharger, you'll never go back. It's the same thing with doing an LS. If you have an LS and you drive you drive an LS swap truck and then you drive a small blocks truck, you're going to take the LS truck every day. It's so much smoother, so much nicer. LBZ.
Yeah. Yeah, once you go with a diesel, you don't really ever want to go back.
My dad's little dually. I mean, it's an LB7. It's kind of the stepchild of the Duramax world, but man, that thing moves.
Yeah. Once you have a diesel truck and you pull anything and you go back to a fuel truck, gasoline, it's crazy. Now, I did drive Casey. I used to have a boosted Ford that was like, that thing was raunchy as hell. But if you ever get a chance to take a ride in boosted Dolly, her 75 GMC, that thing will put you in your seat, man.
I've driven it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you have. What's Miller want? What's Aaron want?
With these new EFI units getting better and better.
So I'm going to read these out to the YouTube guys.
Do you see those as a viable option, reducing build costs,
Okay, our buddy Aaron says, with these new EFI units, so I think let's just use like Holley Terminator or Holley Sniper units getting better and better. Do you see those as viable options as far as rebuilding engine costs?
Reducing build costs.
Reducing over an LS conversion. So what he's saying is I think he's saying, and I did this with Yellowstone, put the Terminator in, and then the key to that question, the asterisk, is going to be, do you have to talk to your tranny? Transmission. Every time I say tranny, the guys get a boner. So transmission. So that's the key. Do you have to talk to your transmission? If you do, then you need the Terminator. And overall, it's a lot of money.
The Terminator?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. It is. It is a bunch of money. So I'm very lenient to go towards that option. The problem is the thing with the Holley stuff. I mean, it runs great once you finally get it installed. And running down the road, the self-tuning thing, it doesn't work ever for me, so I end up going and playing with some of the stuff anyway. We are social distancing, Mom. Get out of here.
Mom, we have a window.
Yeah,
look at this thing.
There's a door. It can't penetrate the steel.
Hello, Jason.
Hello, go back up. Here, I got a mask on the door, too.
Yeah.
So,
I like this.
It's on the door.
The thing is, he's going to get it from me. I'm not going to get it from him.
Yeah, he's the firefighter.
Yeah.
Dealing with the mess all day
long.
Oh,
messy.
The trucks here don't have any corona.
No, they don't.
So anyway, back to the Holley thing. It's cool to have an injected option. The thing for me with the Holley stuff is it's taking it's a step up from the carburetor, yes, but it's 16 miles behind an LS swap, because the thing with the Holley stuff is it's still a throttle body injected deal. Well, Chevrolet did that in '86. They went to a TBI setup.
Yeah.
And so it's archaic technology, one way, however you look at it. The other thing is you still have the leak-prone small block, big block. You're still going to have leaky valve covers. You're still going to have a leaky oil pan. It's kind of an accepted thing with the small block, big block world, unfortunately. There's a lot of pushback on old guys or younger guys. Oh, I get goose. I gotta have my big block. I gotta have my small block, and that's fine. It's cool to keep one around that's got a big block, small block in it. But I'm gonna go LS every day of the week. So.
Well, and for me, with Yellowstone, I did that, and I would do it different. So I would definitely go with a 6.0 in Yellowstone. If I could do it over, I would pull the big block, and I would have went with the 6.0 4L80. So I like the 4L80 in there, Aaron, but I would go with the LS all day long, especially if you're going to keep the truck. If you're going to keep the truck and you want that reliability of having the LS in there, I would do it. And I know that's kind of a loaded question because people tend to say, we could probably turn the mic off, my card, of course, my SD card. I thought I just dumped that card.
Oh. See, how'd you end up with 3 waters?
You gave me, here, I got an extra one for you.
Why, one of those is mine.
Well, you gave them to me.
Whatever.
Anyway, if you price it out, but if you're going to go with like a sniper, then you're probably going to be in the cheaper on it. But if you're going to go with the Terminator and you need so what you need, if you're going to go with a 4L80 or electronic transmission, you're going to need to talk to that transmission. So your old school 350 small block, your 454, it doesn't speak, and you're going to need a translator, and that's the training module. And a training module itself is what, like almost about $1,000, $800.
Like a standalone deal?
Yeah,
they're like $1,300.
So you're going to need a standalone or the Terminator, and that's the key with the Terminator. So, but it gets to be where you have to have the fuel, you have to have, meaning the high pressure fuel, just like you were going to go to like a fuel injection LS motor. So at the end of the day, if you're going to do it, then you're probably better off getting LS. And really, the LS motors are getting cheaper and cheaper by the second.
Well, I mean, yes and no. They are getting cheaper and cheaper, but they've kind of plateaued, to what they.
So what do you think about LS versus LT? Well, here, let's see. Did you have another question?
So Homebuilt was saying something, but there was another question that somebody had asked up here, and he was just re-saying it. What's the biggest mistake home builders make in a swap situation?
Not calling Bowman first?
Well, there's so much.
So did you guys hear that? What's the biggest mistake that the do it yourself DIY guy does versus come? And I'm a 20% DIY with knowing I can make a phone call to Bowman.
Except for his number's blocked now.
Yeah, to Bowman or Johnny G or something. And Payson, my son, he's pretty smart about that stuff. So he usually calls these guys first. But so go ahead with what's the biggest mistake that they make? So
it's not so much well, I mean, a lot of it is execution. It's not parts that they've used, or it's not. And I guess it's placement of things. Sometimes they just are not up to. I don't know, how do you put it? Like, they're not up to the level where I would want it, but they're up to a level where they're happy with what they've done, or maybe they just can't get over the hump to make it a few steps nicer. Today there's so much information on the internet about how to do these swaps. If you ever want to cut down your own harness, there's a guy, lt1swap.com. Tons of good information on there. You can read through there. He's got the pinouts for the E38s, the E67s, the E40s, the 0411 PCMs, the T42s, and like I say, just go on there and familiarize yourself with whatever PCM that you have on there, and go from there. As far as install goes, I think anybody that can take an engine out can put an engine in. Dirty Dingo makes a slider mount that works great. You put the thing in there, you slide it around to where you want it, and then you match your transmission cross member up, or you drill a couple of new holes in the frame and nail the thing. So, radiator hoses have always been kind of a weird deal. There's obviously, these engines don't belong in these trucks, so radiator hoses, trying to find one that works and doesn't look stupid. The factory one ends up getting used a lot that was original to the truck that the engine came out of, which is fine. But for me, lately, I always do a stainless upper and lower radiator hose because I can make it go where I want it to, and it looks so much nicer. So I know not everybody has that ability, but the factory radiator hose ends up, for whatever reason, works pretty well. So
I think every day that goes on, you're gonna get more and more. You're gonna be able to do more and more at home because there's so much information out there.
But
it's whether or not you have the time, the patience, the ability.
The ability is the big thing.
And then you have that level. So I think with a lot of people, and I would say that I'm in this category, is I like stuff like Jason does it, like really nice. Who doesn't? But then it's whether or not you're willing to pay that. I'll give you, for example, I think I could use Sam for so many examples in a good way, really, a few in a bad way. Usually I use BLK for the bad ones, but Sam for the good ones. But Sam knows, man. He's like, dude, I've got Bowman, I've got Stoner, I've got these different guys that he's used. And at the end of the road, you get what you pay for. If you can go work a couple overtime shifts and pay for it, then look at it that way. If you're like, dude, I don't have the availability for that extra money, I cannot do that, then you're going to hunker down and do it yourself. But some guys also, I would say my son is like this, and you guys are probably, a lot of you like this. There's no way they're ever going to farm anything out. They're like, no, I want to do it all. I want to do it the way I want it, and I want to learn. And so that's fun too. The learning and the journey and the knowledge that you're going to get, that's always killer. So
yeah, and I guess I didn't really answer what's the most common thing you run across.
Hey guys, one of the biggest upgrades I was able to make on Orange Slice is my lighting. Think about this. You've got your old school sealed yellow lights. You put in new United Pacific headlights, boom, quadruple the lightage. They look better, they perform better, and guess what? They're safer. So you've got LED options, you've got new headlight options, they look great. And honestly, we upgrade so many things with our trucks, why not upgrade the lighting? When you do, think United Pacific. Here's the best part. You get to save 15% off all C10 products by using code C10Talk15. Save 15% off all C10 products by using code C10Talk15. Go to upcarparts.com. That's right, upcarparts.com. I don't think you'll forget it. Save today. Thanks, guys. Give them a follow on social media too, Facebook and Instagram. Marquet has been in business for over 40 years. It all started in the original owner's garage. From humble beginnings of a couple parts in a garage to a 2-building manufacturing facility making over 6,000 parts, Marquet has grown to be one of the country's premier truck parts manufacturers. They not only design the products, but also design the tooling to build the products, guaranteeing quality control. They have made their original parts from the original trucks. Aluminum strips are double polished, creating a mirror finish, and crystal clear anodized. They use the highest quality, hand-selected show quality wood that will hold up over time. Why? Because it's kiln dried to precision moisture levels specifically for Marquet. They stock oak, pine, and mini exotics, guaranteeing extremely fast delivery. All parts are manufactured in-house in Oklahoma City, USA. They offer quality parts built by Americans for old American-made trucks. So when you're looking for body moldings, bed strips, bed wood, and so much more, think Marquet. That's mar-k.com.
And I guess I didn't really answer what's the most common thing you run across. I mean, I guess it would probably be tying a lot of wires together and incorrect wire size.
But don't you think now you have, like PSI, for example, they're a sponsor. You can just order up a PSI kit, and there's companies out there. Every day somebody's making something to make your life, the at-home LS swapper, even better. So I got one here. I got a couple here, GMC Texas. What's up with OBS Talk? OBS Talk is still going. We're doing them every 2 a month. So 2 a month. And I will be doing a live video for this on OBS Talk as well. And that'll be with Travis Delgarian from Pro Performance. So OBS Talk is going. Yeah, you can let him in. Who's it at? Rusty Ranch, Texas sent a request. So if you hit view, then he can come in. So pick one, doesn't matter.
I don't know, just random.
Yeah, pick it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so we're going to have somebody in on Instagram. Somebody wants to come in. Let's see.
We're waiting for them.
What'd she say? She said you'd know.
My mom.
Oh, your mom.
My mom. My wife.
Your wife. Okay, so what else did you have? What's up with OBS Talk? We had another question on here. Opinion on a carbed LS. What?
Carbed.
Oh, carbed.
Oh, so there's a few memes out there on carbed LS.
Yeah.
What's the application? Are you racing it? If you're racing it, a carb LS is cool. If you're not, no need. It's almost the same money to go a carb LS as it is to.
What would be the point? So you can control
people are
more
afraid
fuel?
of wires. So you still have your ignition system is the only thing out there now is an MSD that controls your ignition timing. So you still have to run the ignition box. You still have to run all the coils. You just have a carburetor delivering air and fuel as opposed to injectors.
Well, and a lot of people, I assume, they're comfortable. So if they're carb specialists and they don't want to trust the computer,
right,
then they're going to go with the carb.
There's a lot less wiring with a carburetor.
You can let Rusty Ranch in, see if he wants to, because Killer whatever he
bailed.
He bailed. He didn't come in. We're behind on Insta Wiener. There's a lot.
We're trying to.
I think you had to go the other way.
Some of the questions are a little long-winded, so.
Yeah, they can.
Or the answers to the questions.
And I was going to put this on the pod, but my little card was full. I thought it was empty, so.
Looks like it smells like ass there. No, maybe. Ronnie farts a lot.
Yeah, you would know, Anthony.
Sucking in heads and pinching tails. Oh, I'm sorry, I got it backwards.
Yeah. That's how he likes it.
We are way behind. Towman, yep, B15 all the way. If you want to make power, a B15 is a really good option. So
what the hell is a B15?
A B15 is a crate engine that GM offers. That's LSX 376. It's a forged rotating assembly, 6-bolt head, what we call them. So it's built for boost. GM builds them specifically for boost. It's an LSA, essentially, without the blower. It doesn't come with the blower. So you could add your type of blower, turbos, whatever. So if anybody follows me, I posted a B15 with a gigantic blower, 871 blower sitting on top of it. So my buddy Towman there, he's got a twin turbo B15 in his sandrail that makes like 1,300 horsepower.
Yeah.
And he is not nice to it. Every time he goes out, he's trying to break it, we think. So
what kind of boost has he got?
He last time on the dyne. Well, I don't know what he's making now. He actually. So that his original motor went 4 seasons. He just grenaded it last year, so right after I think Thanksgiving, and he put a new one in it. So
what's one of those motors? If it's a crate motor, GM.
I want to say they're $8,800 these days, and so they're more expensive to build, obviously, but they take a ton of power. I mean, 1,000 horsepower is no problem. So,
and a lot of boost.
With a lot of boost.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect application, though. I would say that's a perfect application if you're going to go to the dunes where you are on it, you're dragging at the dunes, and you're hauling ass at the dunes, and you're into boost. So if you are something that's going fast for a short period of time, I would think the B15 would be the way to go.
Sorry, I was reading something. What'd you
say? Yeah. So Wyatt, what's Wyatt? So let's see what we got here. You look over there, and I already have a carb.
Yeah,
carb
Rusty
intake.
Ranch, Texas says, I still struggle. Fuel injection still not crossed over. I know, Stone Age. Yeah, just cross over.
Boosted said F and A.
No, that means F naturally aspirated.
So NA,
I see. NA is naturally aspirated.
Yeah, carb. So she's going back to carb.
No, non power adder. No turbo, no supercharger, anything like that.
Oh, I see.
NA, naturally aspirated.
Okay. How about Gen 5 with high pressure fuel pump?
I mean, yeah, if you get a cam to support the high pressure pump, then rock and roll. Gen 5s are kind of a weird breed. There's not a lot of people doing injectors with them yet. You have to, when you're making big power, you have to stack another set of above valve injectors in them. I don't know. I still stick with the LS. platform because it's just easier, and I don't know, they're not complicated. They're actually kind of a simple engine, but I still can't get over the fact that they're glued together. I don't know. There's not many gaskets in an LT.
Yeah.
I have one sitting on the floor here that's going to go in. I think it's going to end up going in a GSI chassis.
Well, don't we think that too an LS is so proven at this point? So an LS motor is absolutely beyond proven.
They are, and there's everything out there available for them. An LT is still kind of an ugly engine. You can dress them up, but they're still kind of ugly. But that being said, if the LT is in its whatever platform it came in, whether it's a Camaro, Corvette, truck, whatever, my buddies over at Quarters Performance, they are every day. So the craziest thing in the world to me these days is that there's a train going by. If you can't hear it, they're making 1,000 horsepower. It is like a low number for these guys every day. It's the stupidest thing in the world. 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, making 1,000 horsepower is still a gigantic number, but it was a hard number to get to.
Which cracks me up because you think about like in the 80s, like a Chevy 350 is like
450.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, but like a stock truck's like 175.
Oh, yeah,
even
no.
like a 12-valve Cummins, like 190 horsepower initially. So very, very high numbers nowadays. YouTube, we don't have anything really new on YouTube here. So what's going on there?
LS is for rainbow people. That's not nice.
I think Anthony likes.
See, he's still holding out on the freaking stupid small block
He's
stuff.
still mad about it smelling over here. I work on a diesel every day. I'd never own one. That was funny. So 350 Munro 350 says I work on a diesel every day and I'd never own one. What did he say? What did I miss?
Who knows?
Okay,
quick question. So I'm disappointed.
Something about gay people on here. So you never know, man. What is he saying? I have a quick question. I'm so disappointed why they haven't made a movie of Chevy, and I just hear nothing but Ford cars.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Don't call Fat Fender. I don't know. Please respond to my text. Ray Garza, where's the text? Okay.
Me?
I don't know. Did you get text? Let's see here. Tim, K5, we're rolling through. Yeah, we got to get caught up. We got to get caught up here on the gram. Installing a new Terminator X Max right now on a 6.0. That's what I had in Yellowstone. It worked great.
So here's the thing. Okay, so that's this. So X Max on a 6-liter 480. That's a Holly setup on an LS platform.
Which you're gonna love the programming. That's Jason's favorite part.
It's not even the programming. It drives me nuts to have that set up on a 6-liter because there's no reason in this world to run.
So you just throw money
Holly
out.
Setup
You just throw money out the door.
Run the factory.
But what do you think? So the word on the street is that Holly is more for racing and GM is more for day-to-day reliability.
What
would you say?
Here's a question for you. How much money does GM have? A whole crap load of money, right?
Well, it depends, but yeah. Government Motors or General Motors?
So they develop their PCMs with millions of dollars.
Here, you look there.
Okay. So they develop their PCMs with millions of dollars, and they have millions of trucks and cars on the road. Holly, on the other hand, has, I don't know, maybe they spend $1 million on their setup.
Let's give them a bonus and say they spent $5 million on their setup.
I don't know that that's the case, but maybe.
Okay. Well, we know they didn't spend as much as GM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And how many cars do they have on the road? So GM has things figured out when it comes to their PCMs and how to operate their engine. It's pretty amazing, actually, the things that you can do with a factory PCM setup. So there's no reason in my mind to run anything but a factory PCM setup on an LS platform.
What happens if you're...
Unless...
Okay, yeah.
So there is an unless to this. So if you're making gigantic horsepower, if you're trying to run extra stuff on the engine for racing applications, whatever it is that you're trying to tie in, that's the only reason to run that other stuff on an LS-based platform. Most guys, I would venture to say 99% of the guys in the C10 world that are doing these car world, whatever it is, that are doing these swaps aren't making more than 450, 500 horsepower. So there's no reason to not run an LS or the GM operating system.
And if you go back to one of the earlier questions, bang for your buck, you probably don't need to spend that extra money. So let's go back. He's talking about a Chevy car versus the Shelby Cobra, or talks about Chevy.
Yeah, movie wise.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what movie they're gonna? There's no
in Chevy in history. What's the
most popular Chevy Fall Guy?
Well, so the 350. There's actually a pretty cool documentary that goes back into the 50s when the V8 first started coming out, and they were putting it in the Bel Airs and things. It's pretty neat to watch. In history, the Lee Iacocca and the Ford guys struggle with trying to figure out. There's I can't remember the name of the documentary, but it was really cool. There was a Ford guy jumps in a 55, or not a 55, in a Bel Air or whatever it was that they put this motor in, and they're driving this thing around, and they're like V8 power, and they're just awestruck at the V8 power versus the inline stuff that was available then. So I can't remember what it is. You'd have to Google it. But
well, the bottom line is, if you look at over time, the Chevy 350, the LS, like a 5.7, a 5.3, we're so spoiled when it comes to
This is gay later than that's.
Peace, Anthony.
I don't know who is that guy.
I don't know. Let's bring Killer. Killer, we tried to bring you in. My friend owns
PCM for less.
What do you about? So let's go over to YouTube. I like this question. I just want to keep it simple. 5.3 with the carb mated to my 350. Simple, reliable daily cruiser. Why would you not go with a 4L60? Why would you want the
simple, reliable daily cruiser? Why would you not go with an injected setup? On your 5.3, that's keeping it as simple as that engine gets.
Yeah.
If you drive a 2,000 plus Silverado around every day, how many problems do you really ever have with it?
Well, and that's the point. So for Instagram, just to make sure you heard it, but he's saying he wants a carb on his LS motor, his 5.3, and he would like a turbo 350. But overall, the bottom line is GM. Well, I think you might have tried to let him in, but GM took care of the reliability. I mean, you got to go look at the technology. Warbird, if you're like 60 or older and you like the carb and you like to smell like fuel, then I would say that that's the way to go. But I already have the carb and the intake. That's not that much money if you think about it, the carb and the intake. So if you have the LS and it has everything there, get a 4L60 or a 4L80, and you will not regret it in the long run. I promise you. So those lights are kind of beaming, but you could sell the carb. You might be able to sell the carb and the intake, but I mean, the intake's not that much money. So
and in reality, like this kind of goes along with that question. I mean, this guy Omar, he says, why is the wiring most daunting task for an LS swap? It's because a lot of people trying to use the factory harness. If you just buy a harness, you call PSI, Modern Vintage, whoever it is that you're getting it from.
You call PSI. Well, you get a discount too. You get 5% off.
Yeah,
you get a 5% off, and I mean, they figured it all out. I know Jason probably prefers Modern Vintage, and I respect that, but I think PSI, either way, 6 to 1, half dozen other. I'm here to tell you, call PSI. You save a little bit of money, but.
They come down to a simple. I mean, you're plugging plugs into the spots, into their respective spots, and then you're hooking up a handful of wires, and you're done. It's not hard at all.
Okay,
Tim. Yes, you can run an LS with a turbo 350. The bell housing pattern is the same. You end up running 5 bolts instead of 6.
Well, and so that's one thing, dude. GM trannies all bolt up to all motors. I mean, they literally, whether you've got an inline 6 or you got a turbo 350. I mean, just like
that with the Ford, not going to happen.
Doesn't matter. Any tranny you want to run, it's going to run. The key is whether or not that 350 needs to talk to the motor, and that's why Warbird is saying, "Hey, I want my carb, which is not computerized. My carb will make it so I can run my turbo 350." So you're getting rid of the computer part of it.
5.3 costs an arm and a leg these days. Yeah, they're getting up there.
Yeah, let's hit a good question over there. See if anybody wants to come in, and then we'll hit this question on YouTube as well.
Hit the question over there. Ow. Dang it. Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sammy. You can use me as an example.
Under boosted application, isn't Holly better? No. So
YouTube, under a boosted application, isn't Holley better?
it is not. Your tuner should be able to scale your mass. Like in my turbo truck, I run mass air meter, the LS9 map sensor. I'm a drive-by-wire setup. I'm an E38 PCM, so 08 and up operating system. I have a truck throttle body on mine still. I have a Holley high-rise, and with my PCM and the blade style MAF that's in there, you can scale the MAF plenty to be able to read boost. Is also the map sensor, but it has zero issues making 1,000 horsepower on a factory operating system or factory PCM.
It goes fast. Yeah, it goes fast. We got a good one here, Brady. So Brady Castle says, big cam recommendation for a 6.0 that will give you good power but won't push you into having to run a hydro boost. Why would you not run? We can run a hydro boost.
Big cam. Well, so what he's saying is if you get too big of a cam, and so a lot of guys will run into this, you have vacuum boosted brakes.
Too much.
And you have a big cam, you're not making any vacuum.
Yeah.
To be able to pull the booster, you don't have enough vacuum readily available to pull.
So you need to subsidize that with hydro boost.
You can.
Yeah.
Your other option is to run a electric vacuum pump, which is a really good option, or you can run an additional vacuum can, so you have more volume, so you're not running out. So either one of those, but just keep your duration.
So down. You're trying to say, okay, I'm going to spend my money on the cam to get the power, but I don't want to have to spend extra money to get a hydro boost.
He's looking for a more of a cam range to run.
So what would you say?
He doesn't have to run, and it's a goofy question again because torque converters. There's all kinds of factors that go into that. So
I mean, like a simple RV cam is not going to get him that much.
Well, an RV cam is kind of RV cam, 3/4 race cam, quarter race cam, all that crap is crap. That's
out the door.
That's old
80s
dirt track ride guy. So
what cam would you say if I came to you and I said, hey, I want to cam my 6.0 or my LS 6.0.
Yeah, 6 liter.
I want to cam my 6.0, but I don't want to have to run hydro boost.
We're going to keep the duration low, and it's going to still have chop. It'll still have all the fun stuff, but we're just going to keep the duration in the lower end so that you can keep your vacuum.
So I'm going to get to your question, Matt. What about a 700R4? But give me a second here. Let's jump over here to InstaWiener. Will this podcast be on YouTube? It is on YouTube right now, Richie88. It will be over there. Unfortunately, this will encrypt over to YouTube, but my SD card, which I thought I dumped, so I'm amazed that it wasn't empty. 220, whatever it is. Sammy, Killer, Homebuilt, I think you've nailed the questions. I've lived all that. Okay, cheers from Argentina. I'm trying to give the Insta guys a little question here. Nate, Jason for President Cummins, okay. President Cummins.
Sam.
Yeah.
Pay the professionals when you can.
When you can.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'll be delivering it to Ron, okay. Let's see what
Nate, come and swap the world. Well, in most situations.
You will be soon.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So I'm going to jump to this because he's reading through a lot of comments. Okay, no, Dead End's got a question here.
Uh-oh.
How about running the fuel pump control wire to run the pump?
It. I know what he's talking about.
Oh, he's got something else?
No. So the wire coming off of the PCM, when you're building your own harness, the wire coming out of the PCM that says fuel on it does not run the fuel pump directly. It just triggers the relay. So that's what he's asking.
So I'm going to jump over to Matt's question real quick, and almost because I want to answer it, and then I want to get Jason's input. Matt's question is, for Instagram, what about a 700R4 with a small block built to a 383? So it's essentially a 383. My question is, Matt, and then to ask Jason is, why would you not run a Turbo 400 or go with something more built with overdrive? Because it sounds like a 700R4 every time I talk to somebody.
700R4s are freaking turds.
Yes.
So it's a 700R4, all that is a non-electronic 4L60E. Most people 9 times out of 10 can't adjust them properly. The TV cables are very sensitive, and you'll blow up a transmission in a hurry.
Look at the lights. They're blinding.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of.
The future's so bright. So my wife, the boss, she says that we can get the audio off YouTube. So because of my SD card. So I'll put this out on the pod. But yeah, I'm trying to adjust those lights. Sorry guys, I'm trying to adjust the lights.
My buddy Ty says get the Scout back together. He wants to see it for Hammers 2021. Ugh.
What happens? I go way down. Nope.
Signal went to crap.
What?
I don't know how long ago that was. That was home built.
Yeah. Okay. Those lights.
Yeah, see this guy here. Huge. Just finished my LS1 swap, and now I understand the $15,000 plus price.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, yeah. So I think it's so funny how the parallels of this stuff come together in homes and cars and whatever you do in life. If you want to learn and you want to have fun and you want that journey, then then go for it and learn. And how many times. So I always try to do it, and then I end up saying, why did I even try to do this? And then I learn that I just need to call Jason or I need to call somebody else. But sometimes it's fun. That's part of it. So. Okay, Charlie, C10, he said I passed him his question.
West Coast Painter says, Jason, are you happy to be back in AZ? Yes. I miss my Texas dudes, but I'm happy to be back in AZ.
Okay, so Charlie C10 says, what's the best casting for factory cylinder heads on an LS engine?
Which LS engine?
Okay, Charlie.
I need to know which LS engine.
So a 6.0 or a 5.3, or what are you looking at? So we're passing the question back to you, Charlie. Come back with us on what LS engine?
BM FM 64. How do you like Phytech? I don't. I wouldn't give that to my worst enemy.
And BMFM, I've heard obviously a lot of bad stuff about Phytech. I did hear that they had worked through some of their stuff. I do personally know one guy, and this has been about 3 years ago, who lost it's an $80,000 C10 that caught fire. And there's always the other, who knows, right? Was it the wiring? What was it? So that was just something that I know in the C10 community. Phytech, I know we talked to Bogey, who was putting that in that Tri-5, and so hit up Bogey and ask her how her small block I think it was a small block,
just a small block,
a little 350 powered, and let her see if she's ripping that truck around and how her Phytech is, because she just did it at Barrett and maybe hit her up, because I hate to bash something and not know what's going on as of late, but if you're going to do it, I think the Sniper's the way to go. And I think it's almost exactly like what Jason said, in the sense that GM has spent this much money, Holly has spent this much money, and I think Holly's got that Sniper dialed in.
Yeah.
So
somebody says, let's see, Kyer 1984 maybe. What headers should I use for my 82 LS swap? So headers. There's a stainless header that I like to use. It's
you can't think of it?
No, why am I drawing a blank now? Where Boosted? Where you at? Or 66 Chevy? Speed Engineering. Hello. They offer a couple different sizes. I think they have an 1 7/8 and 1 3/4. I've never had a set not work in an LS swap. They clear the frame. They're above the frame rails on the bottom. They don't drag. Just an awesome set of headers for not a lot of money. So check them out. Your other option.
Where do you get them? Speed Engineering.
Speed Engineering. Just you can hit up Johnny G. He sells them. Or you can just go to speedengineering.com. They sell them on eBay. I think AZ Pro Performance maybe. Yeah, AZ Pro.
AZ Pro does?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's say that they do. Low 82, which is Steven Macias, right?
Yep.
What's engine trans combo is in Yellowstone? It was a 454 with a 4L80 at the end. It was 400 up until the last year that I owned it with the Terminator. A lot of good information. Glad I listened. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Factory's way better than Phytech. Yes. So right now, YouTubers, we're just reading off. Okay, so did Charlie come back? 5.3 or 6.0? Well, you said both. So now he's saying 5.3 or 6.0 for Charlie C10. And his initial question was, what's the best casting factory cylinder? So he's looking for two answers.
What? Huh?
He wants two answers. Charlie C10 on Instagram, Charlie C10 on YouTube for Instagram. He wants to know what's the best casting number for LS engine cylinder heads. And then he's asking, and Jason asked, well, what motor? And now he's saying 5.3 or 6.0.
Well, that's still two different questions, because the 5.3 doesn't like the same 6-liter heads, or there's not you can't. They don't really like to share heads between the two. Once you start swapping heads around, like if you were to do a set of 317s on a 5.3, you're going to drop your compression ratio pretty drastically. Or if you do a set of 241s or 243s, for a 5.3, the best way to do it is to keep like a 799 head, which is on the later
08 or 09?
07 and up 5.3s. Those are really good heads. They flow like a 243 LS2 head, and they keep your compression ratio proper. And then you can actually have them CNC ported, and then you're really cooking with gas. So as far as the 6 liters go, if you're doing heads on one of those, obviously the 243s, my go-to stuff is on any 6 liter that I'm doing. I like to go to either an LSA head, an LS3 head, anything that's rectangle port it's going to outflow a cathedral port all day long.
Well, and another thing too on the intake right now, Street Machinery is wheeling and dealing on those all that intake stuff too, right? You watch.
Oh yeah.
So if you need anything, he's got all that. And he's breaking down. So Boris is breaking down. Do you think let's go hit those lights, see what it does?
Because that is kind of crazy on yours.
Well, it's just a reflection. I just wonder if we can make it. Yeah, see what it does.
What if you put it more in the corner and turn it?
Well, yeah, because you're looking at the wall there. And if I go.
Yeah. See, well, then you get rid of the glare.
Yeah, I get rid of you too, though.
Bye.
So Boris has. There it goes. It came back. Boris is your guy on all that. If you're looking for some of those parts, you're gonna have to pay shipping. But I like the. Somebody came back and said that he really likes his Speed Engineering headers. So let's see. What headers would you recommend for a 6.0 LS swap in 82 C10? Speed Engineering again. Matt, so on the 383, would you recommend a Sniper? It's just an old school fresh build wanting an EFI setup under 450. I think Sniper's a way to go on a 383. Unless you want to carb it, but why would you carb it? I mean, I guess it depends.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you would EFI it?
Yeah.
So do a Holly Sniper on there and then build your tranny.
Yeah.
Because 383, remember, 383 is going to have a shit ton of torque. So I'd go that way.
Don't get your horsepower hopes up.
On 450, so you might not be 450, but you'll definitely have a lot of torque. So you probably have 400. Now we don't know what he's running for pistons and heads, but
383s are kind of a
so
kind of an odd duck.
So
with a small block, it takes a lot of money to make a lot of power.
Yeah, so let's just say 400. Let's say he gets 400, and then really he's probably
at the crank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, you spend the money, you got the 383. Now put the EFI to it and be happy with it.
Yeah,
but just be careful because you're going to
reliability.
I think that 700R4 is going to freaking shit the bed.
It will. Have you installed a CTSV TR6060 in a C10? Yes, they're awesome.
What was your question for the YouTube? What was your question that you read off Instagram for YouTube? Repeat it.
Have you installed a TR6060 out of a CTSV in a C10? So a TR6060 is a Tremec 6-speed. And yes, awesome transmissions. My turbo truck has a T56 in it from a 05 CTSV, so it's like I have to drive it like glass, but I've made it survive for a little while. So, fat fender.
Can you do a swap?
Yeah, for you, yes. Hi,
hello, Seth.
The guy's been working
Seth
GM
from
for the past 40 years.
Switch.
What happened?
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
You hit ended.
I did not.
I don't know.
Up there.
I don't know. Hit the exit. Hit this thing. What we'll do? No. What the hell happened?
I don't know. What happened?
Well, we just lost our video on Instagram. Do you think it just timed out?
I don't know.
Are we at an hour? Yeah, we're at an hour. Maybe it doesn't.
Maybe so.
So do it and come back.
So share the story. Share.
And then come back.
And then we'll go.
Hey guys, I have Jim Flanders, Brothers Trucks on. Jim, what's the latest?
It's the same old thing over here. We're grinding away, selling truck parts, and really focusing on our YouTube channel.
You know, the cool thing is, myself included, I'll check that channel out. It's a great customer service, a benefit to us. When we buy something, we can get in depth and know a little bit more and know the ins and outs, especially to watch it even before you go to install the product.
Yeah, absolutely. And we built a tech center in the back of the warehouse, so we literally bring in new products. We'll build them onto a truck or put them onto a truck, and we can see instantly how much work it's going to be, how easy it is. And we put that out to our YouTube channel so people, like you said, they'll be able to look at it and go, you know what, I can do that job in a day, or I can do that job in an hour. And it basically just completes a whole package of not just selling the product to a customer, but really backing them up when it comes to showing them how to do it, and just making sure that they've got everything they need to get the truck back on the road or keep it on the road.
Like I said, I've watched it myself. I love it. Now, I heard you're rearranging some stuff over there. What's going on in the warehouse?
Yeah, we actually, this last year, we've been building a ton of inventory, and for a long time, we've always said, if you don't have it on the shelf, it's hard to sell it. You know, people want to have it on the shelf. They want to know they can call and get it out the door that day. So, we're just trying to be more efficient. We're trying to have more inventory on hand, and, we've done a really good job at building inventory over the last 25 years. So I think that's what's putting us in the lead in this truck market for sure.
I totally agree. Brothers Trucks, you guys, for all your Chevy and GMC truck parts. And don't forget, they're putting new stuff on their YouTube channel all the time, so check it out. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, I've got Bobby from PSI Conversion on the phone looking at LS LT-based motor swaps. Bobby, why should we choose PSI Conversion?
Ronnie, our harnesses are made right here at home in the U.S. Our product lineup includes the early 90s Gen 2 LT motors, Gen 3, Gen 4 LS VotorTech motors, and Gen 5 LT and LT4 packages. We have transmissions ranging from automatic 4, 6, 8 speeds, and soon to be released our new 10-speed, in addition to all the manual options out there.
Wow, you guys cover everything. How do you deal with the intimidation factor when a customer is doing their first LS or LT swap?
Great question, Ronnie. But the thing is, there's nothing that we haven't seen here in the LS and LT world. If you grab almost any motor out of a junkyard, you want to Frankenstein it build together, or even supercharge it. Leave it to our sales team to help guide you along the way to the products that you need for your restoration. We have over 10 years of experience in the market, a tech department that is available to help troubleshoot and diagnose any issues or questions that you have along the way while installing your PSI products. Couple that with a staff that is going to be standing by our product with pride, made right here in the U.S. to a GM quality standard. Our team is happy to get you wired up and fired up.
And don't forget, guys, use code C10TALK and you'll save 5% off your order. PSIconversion.com. PSIconversion.com. You want to save 5%? Use code C10TALK at checkout. Thanks, Bobby.
Yep. Okay, so YouTube, we're still here, so let's get caught up while we bring everybody back in. I think Instagram just kicked us off because we were at about an hour. And Warbeard the Red, YouTube wins.
Oh, hour limit is up. You should be able to restart it.
Yeah. It says Warbeard the Red says YouTube wins. That's kind of funny. So now we know we've been in an hour, so super cool. But tons of good content.
Yeah, I like it. This is a good time.
Hopefully that, I know, I'm sorry about that light, guys. Trying to get it to more on Bowman because he's the main event, and you really don't need to see me, but I'll put it on Bowman. What else do we have here? So, been running the okay, here you go. I've been running the MSD automatic EFI with no problem. Only standalone smog legal in Cali, but none programmable. Maybe put camera up on something to change the light angle. Yeah, that's a good.
What is this here? So live on Instagram. We'll notify. So click there. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, so we hit our hour time limit, so now...
Yeah, hey, that's a good idea. Let me move these circle racing things. Dude, we should have put the... if I can change the... Because we're going up. If I can change this angle a little bit.
Well, let's see. Let's go like
just
this.
Like Nancy said. Hey, don't let me forget about facing the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
You can
answer here, let me see what happened. Let me go turn these lights off. We'll be right back. Hold on.
Well, I think it's going to be too dark.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, if I leave that light on and I turn those off, maybe
we'll try it. He's going to try to turn the lights off, but I don't mind. Go live with... Yes, let's go live with Killer. I'm trying to go live, waiting on Killer, and then YouTube wins, and we're trying to adjust. Oh, it's kind of dark, bro.
Is it?
Don't you have a little light we could put out here and put on us?
I can move this one.
Yeah, move that light and put it on us, and we can steal the extension cord. Okay, so Quadrajet with a 5.3. Forget Tim, dude. He's busting balls. Gears, wheels, and motors. Snowden. Yes. Okay, that's I'm gonna smile. It's dark. So we're gonna. No. Keep bringing that light over if you can. Oh, that's perfect. If you bring that over here, well, bring it on this side of the truck and then shine it on us. You take this extension cord. All right, working through it. Joey, okay, move towards the door. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. So, yeah, we got a ton. We got the door over here. Let me see. I was trying to get you in, Killer. You keep saying you want in, and then you don't come in. Bowman is Rain Man of LS. Yeah, he's pretty crazy when it comes to that stuff. Social distancing, break. Yes, we need a break. View, everybody's Cheyenne, social distancing. Driscoll, trying to we're going to be here all night. Yeah, what else do we got to do? We're social distancing. We're having a good time. We're drinking beers. See if I got all the questions. YouTube wins. You live kicked you off on Instagram. Yeah, the picture on Instagram was better before it cut off. We didn't get all the questions. You can steal that power. It's fine. Oh. There you go. Okay, now we're set. Holy shit. That's mucho bright, man.
How's that?
It's pretty bright, but it's okay. I like it. Yeah. So
let me kill these.
Yeah, the Instagram is pretty good too. It's just the angle on the dangle, but we'll work through it. It's kind of fun. I'm having a good time. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. So when should I do the next one? I don't know. I'll go see Matador, I think. Yeah, but this burrito is going to get cold. Oh, that's what it's all about. Dad needs to go home and eat his burrito. Oh.
That looks better, I think, right?
No, it looks good. Hey, he don't need no burrito.
I don't need no stinking burrito.
Look at that thing.
Get out of here, Taylor.
Taylor, he don't need no burrito. I got him on a new diet. Your guest won C10 Talk 100 but never responded with my number. Bummed? What? I was your guest, won C10 Talk 100, but I never responded with my number. Well, if you were do I owe you something? Did you win something? If you won something, you let me know. I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Send me an email. Okay, you go back to Bowman. Okay. Was there a question?
Hello. Okay. All right, so it dropped. So welcome back. Hey, thanks.
Everybody's just freaking.
Ronnie's white again.
Jess.
What color was he before?
I was pretty dark.
Don't go to the light.
That was pretty good.
Taylor, don't eat my burrito.
Yeah, that's good.
Orchestral Army is my daughter, if anybody wanted to know.
Well, the good thing is we'll go around too, and we'll give you a little tour of everything that's going on over here.
We're going to be here all night. Yep.
Yeah, skip through all that bullshit. Jason's dad. You got to go back to Jason's dad.
Where's my dad? Great lighting. Great on lighting now.
Okay.
He says.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, so no more real questions that I'm seeing through the YouTube.
Another. What do we think of AccuAir closing? Super bummed.
Check in at the beginning, but bummed and checking at the beginning. Hi, Papa.
No, that was Taylor talking.
Yeah, she's talking to Kevin.
Yeah.
Killer tried to come back in, so.
Oh, really?
They're all afraid.
What is this little guy right here? What is these little smileys down here at the bottom?
I don't know. Hit it.
Well, I don't want to. Okay, hold on.
Hit it. Maybe they're trying. Usually when somebody tries to. Yeah, it's not working.
Doesn't do crap.
When somebody tries to come in on InstaWiener, it'll tell you, and you just chime them in, and then they'll come in.
Hello from Mexico City. Hello.
Hello, my friend. Yeah, look we're both pretty white now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the light. All right.
How many beers already?
Who's counting?
Fat Fender.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
What are you going to call the bishop on me? Take it easy.
Take it easy.
2.
Mucho, take it easy.
1.5.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
Oh, I saw an arrow like there's more here, so let's see. Oh, there's the arrow. Let's see what that does.
No, you probably have more questions.
No, it kind of died out.
Oh.
Hope you're not drinking Corona. I am.
I am.
Did AccuAir get taken over by new investors?
We can only hope, but it doesn't.
Not that we know of. Not that we know of. That would be awesome if they did.
I mean, dude, I really think that one of the other 2 air ride companies would absorb them and like corner the market. That's just me thinking, but I don't know.
If they want to spend that money.
Yeah.
That's what we were thinking too.
I wonder what kind of money that is. Kevin, he says.
Kevin! Yeah, funny your name is Bowman. Mine is Bowman.
What? Really?
Cheyenne. Huh. Try adding me again. We keep trying, Killer K. Price.
Boosted requested.
Boosted requested. You got to...
You miss it. Sam misses the ambiance. Me too.
Yeah.
Here, how's this? Is that better, Sam?
Okay.
Hey, Sam, you want to see something? Check it out. Watch this. Ready? Boop. Yay!
Yay! I can't do that on YouTube.
What is that thing?
Everybody's like, we're going to eat dinner now.
Don't go eat dinner. We haven't eaten dinner.
I think we got most.
I don't know
we
where
did.
the request things are.
It will pop up. Scroll down.
Well, it should.
Scroll.
Holy crap! There's
There
a
you
bunch
go.
more
There you
here.
go. They're boosting.
Oh, here we go.
And Nate. Okay.
Okay. So
we got to get Killer in.
Okay. Let's try this. Killer. Add.
Okay. So we're gonna.
Okay. So now we're
trying to
waiting on
let
you, Killer.
somebody. We're trying to let somebody in on Instagram. It kind of. So what happens is we're so far behind that they're like, yeah, whatever. So we have to. Unfortunately, we have to scroll faster.
I should do some live donuts.
I should probably just pick one of these formats. I just got greedy and wanted to do both. So although YouTube is nice because it keeps it, and then we can take the audio and I can put it into the pod as well. So
Taylor says I should be able to push the smiley faces. Yeah. There. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Okay. Add.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Instagram.
Yeah. I'm still learning.
Waiting for boosted.
Waiting on boosted.
Said nobody ever. Hurry up, boosted. Drop the hammer, girl.
Somebody's having a beer here in
Oz. Awesome.
I want to go there someday.
Okay. Some reason it's not bringing them in.
Cheyenne C10 says, Ronnie, I was guest 100 on C10 Talk. I sent in the Q&A, but my dumbass didn't respond with my phone number, so I never got on the podcast.
Oh, guest 100. Damn it, Cheyenne C10. Damn it. Payson, thanks for letting us use your door. We had to take the mirror off, though, so Bowman could come in.
Mm-hmm.
Bend it with candlelight.
With candlelight.
What is it? Something should do donuts. Dude, we gotta figure out how to bring somebody in. How do you source your? Well, here, let's go back to this because this guy, whether he got his question answered or not, I wanted to hit this. Been running the MSD Atomic EFI with no problem. Only standalone, smog legal in Cali, but non-programmable. Maybe put camera up on the sub. Okay, yeah, we switched that out. Okay, that was just him giving a comment that he's running the MSD Atomic. Warbeard, how do you source your used engines and how to make sure they are in good conditions? Ooh, well,
Fat Fender, best Mexican food in AZ. My house.
Best Mexican food.
My wife's Mexican.
He likes his Mexican food for his wife. Boosted, we tried to bring you in.
Yeah.
Aaron, nothing is happening for me either.
Where am I located? I am in Gilbert, Arizona.
It says we're waiting on Boosted right now.
Yeah. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go back here, push this little guy. Let's see. Nate. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to bring these guys in on...
For whatever reason, it's not
I don't think it's you, dude. We got plenty of...
Yeah, we're
we got everything.
Full tilt boogie, everything.
Wasn't there a quick grinder? When do this, we will stack the phone above the laptop so you are looking at both. Oh, well, there's a freaking great idea, Mr. Freaking Grinder. Now you tell me.
Hey, Grinder, where are you at for production?
The problem is we got the door right here, so it would be kind of crazy to have that. We were most of the time you're not trying to partition yourself from freaking Bowman. So that's kind of the funny part about that.
What made you leave ArcLight to come back to Arizona?
They shut down.
No, they didn't shut down. He's still going.
They kind of did.
Well, so Aaron left Gas Monkey to because he was tired of the pressure builds and tired of all the garbage that happens with TV builds. So he opened his shop with no intentions of being back on TV. Well, Jonathan, Stranger98, pressured him and said it was a good idea and got him back on board with doing the TV stuff. So we did a TV show. And then it ended up being more the same. So it's just Discovery wants their product. So we did our 12 episodes, and then Aaron wanted to go a different direction and not do TV builds anymore like he left Gas Monkey for. So he started the Aaron Needs a Job thing. So when he did that, no harm, no foul, no hard feelings, nothing like that. We're still really good friends. We talk once a week at least. But it was just time for me to move back to Arizona and get my shop going again. So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah,
actually,
we're glad.
I mean, there's a dark light hat right there. So.
We're glad he did it too.
Yeah,
but
like
they
Arizona.
didn't. It's then they shut down, but they definitely changed the game, and it worked out for you.
For sure.
Hey, so I want to make sure Warbeard said about sourcing the engines.
Oh yeah.
I think. Well, first, Jason's got like 10 guys he knows. We've got a couple different junkyards, and some of it's just a crapshoot. What do you say?
Dave Newbern. Everybody go watch Finnegan's Garage. Best show ever.
That's true.
Hey, that's what do you call that? Tooting your own horn?
Yeah. Way to go, Dave. Square Body C10. Great meeting you. Hell yeah, it was great meeting you guys. I think you're trying to come in. Are we still not able to get anybody in?
I do the stupid little thing here. And
let's see. So when you go live with someone, anyone can watch. So why is it not going live? Do you think it's the connection?
I don't think so.
It says we're waiting on whoever we try to bring in. It says we're waiting on you guys, so it's not that we're not trying.
I was hoping I could get the secret sauce for the budget LS setup.
Yeah, isn't everybody trying to get the budget thing?
Yeah.
So what would you say about sourcing it? Because whether you get them from a junkyard,
so I don't have one particular place that I find them for. I just look. So me doing what I do, I kind of get calls and people will hit me up on things that they have to buy, but. Be a hawk on Facebook Marketplace. There's pull it yourself yards that sell them for pretty cheap. I got one over here. They're typically 200,000 mile motors, but they get like $385 for them. So. And
my son got his from that yard, and it was like it said it was 140,000 out of a Yukon, an 04 Yukon.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it.
Kind of luck of the draw.
Yeah, and he tore into it, and it looked like it was fine. So I think now my question would be to you is, what would you say from the perspective of a donor? So buy a running donor versus the truck. If you anymore, you can buy them pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can. You can for sure.
Make sure you get the title. If you get a donor, get the title so you can junk your whatever's left. I have a 04 Yukon that I have complete donor, and once we pull the motor, we're going to just dump the whole Yukon, take it to the scrapyard and dump it. So it's rolled. There's really nothing but the motor. We need to do that in the next little. I should just get it up here and pull it, get it out of my yard. And then you could put the Scout there.
Well, so I have a plasma cutter, and the easiest way to get one of them things out is you just start cutting.
I got a plasma cutter. We just start cutting.
You just start cutting. You cut the frame, you cut the fenders off.
We could put the Scout there in its place if that's what we need to do.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw Sam piping off about being essential.
This is non-essential? Get out of here.
This is super essential.
Budget and LS don't match. That's 100%.
Any more on the tube here?
Boomer tier tag. I don't understand that.
Dude, I have no idea why that thing's not working. So now you're trying to get...
Taylor tried it to see, and it's not where I responded to the request, and it won't let me. So
you think it's the internet? Maybe I don't know.
You got full tilt everything up here. It says watching YouTube in my shop. Thanks to C10. Oh, no, I own 5 Square Body Projects.
Same.
Yeah.
Grinder.
Oh, what's same? You're not here?
No, Grinder's talking to GMC Texas. They're loving on PSI conversion wiring the harness. Oh. ECM Terminator, yes. Warbeard, super essential. This is great. Thank you for that.
6772 swap question. 4L80 or 6L80 behind a stock LS3 in a daily driver.
Okay, so I want to make sure YouTube hears that. So he's asking whether he should go with a 4L80 or a 6L80.
In a stock LS3 application in a
daily 6772. So 6772. Do you want a 4L80 or do you want a 6L80?
Do you have the PCM already? Because the PCM TCM kind of matter which one you have. Also, I dig the 6-speeds. If you can get your tuner to tune them properly, there's no problems with them. The 80 is a proven bulletproof transmission though. You do a little stall converter in it, or if you're in a stock application, you're gonna have a hard time blowing the thing up. So you can beat the snot out of it and not have a care. In
the 80. The
80, yes, 4L80.
Well, the 4L80.
Yeah,
sorry, they're both 80s.
Yeah, 4L80.
Yeah. Okay.
I would, if you haven't had your harness built yet, I would have it built for a 4L80. I like the 6L80 just fine. It's just the 4L80 is a little bit. I mean, they're kind of almost the same size, but the 4L80 I think is just a little bit smaller.
What do you think about pricing?
Those two really aren't too far off these days.
Well, what would be the advantage of a 6L over a 4L? Just to keep you in the power band, less. But MPG.
What you see a lot of the times with a 6L is it's rifling through gears all the time. So, like my dad, he gets super frustrated
because the sweet spots. There is no sweet spots.
Yeah, always back and forth. The
that
crappy
almost
thing
sounded
about
like that song we used to always sing.
The cool thing about an 80 or a 6L80 is that you can integrate the tap shift stuff into it, so you can tell it what gear to be in, and it will. You can do paddle shifting,
kind of like a LBZ 6-speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You do have to run the BCM, and there's a couple other things you got to do. But
so just if you're going to do something quick, or you don't want to mess with all that shit,
an 80, 480.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's El Chuco want?
It was a good move. Just coming back.
Yes. Okay. So, hey, GMC Texas over here on YouTube. I've got some OG guys lined up on the OBS. So if you want to think about some of the history, we're going to get into some of that. So there's plenty going on. It's kind of building. What's happening is with OBS talk, it's like C10 talk, but I've been doing C10 talk for so long, I don't have a problem, lining up all the guests and everything. So from the OBS perspective, you just got to get everything lined up, and then you get some of those OG guys, and they're like, what is this? So that's kind of the difference on that, just to kind of tell you there. So Rusty Ranch is over here now.
Uh-oh.
Will the 4L80 clear the 64 C10 trans tunnel?
Yes, the 4L80 or the 64, you can do a bolt-in high hump.
Yes, so that's the same thing I think Payson had to do, or will on. You have to go with like a high hump. And who makes that? Doesn't Muncie make a fiberglass one?
I think so, but there's a couple of steel ones out
I think Muncie makes a fiberglass one, and guys make a steel one.
Actually, AZ Pro Performance sells one now too.
So they have one. So because it will bolt up. It's just whether or not. And I will tell you from Yellowstone's perspective, that tranny was like touching the trans tunnel on the square body. I didn't have to modify anything. But it's right there. You literally hear it a lot more than a 400. Yeah. And a 400 is kind of loud.
10 Shad Automotive says Scout ? It's the Scout that we built on Discovery Channel on shifting gears with Aaron Kaufman. I own it now. It's
Go through your Instagram.
It's in my Instagram.
Well, not that far ago.
No. Yes. I don't post a lot, so it's not that long ago.
It's just a tub right now. Okay, let's go for 15 more minutes.
Why do you want to put a time on it?
I don't, but I don't want to hear from the Burrito Patrol over there.
Oh, they're all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go till 8. So let's go a half hour longer, and then we're fine. Mm-hmm. So, hell, I don't care. Yeah, I have a whole nother stock of beer here. For Fat Fender's going to be my my designated driver.
Sam, how much to swap a 4.8 into my Cobalt SS? More than you can afford, pal. Cobalt.
Yeah, he wants a Cobalt. So Rusty Ranch, I think we got your question.
Oh, my eyes. There. How's that, Scott? Is that better?
Yeah, they are. You do have mucho sexy eyes. Oh, what up, GS? What up, Scotty?
Very blue.
Hope you're good, man.
Yeah.
Are you guys working a lot over there?
They're on. So I talked to Nick the other day, and GSI's on a pretty standard schedule these days.
Oh.
They're just doing their 8 a day.
Cool.
So as opposed to 4 million.
4 million. If you close the feed and open it back up, I think we did that.
Yeah, we did that once already. Boosted. I went with 6-liter 6L80. You did?
Think of the turbo trucks.
Oh, so my daughter, Orchestral Army, she has come up with, when I paint the turbo truck, the new name for it. It's the Snot Rocket.
That's a great name for it.
It is. I love it.
If you guys are counting, that's number 3. For all you wrestlers out there, 3 near fall.
My sister, Mama of Trey's, Jason's signature random sounds. I just make sounds all the time.
Yeah, that's why we like it.
I don't even notice that I do it. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, sister.
Yeah.
Nate, love dangerously, go with the
He actually meant live dangerously.
Oh, yeah.
He can't spell because he's Nate. But live dangerously and go with a build 60 with his blower. Yeah, that's scary. Say my name. Who's that guy?
Yeah. Caesar Matador?
Matador Rod and Customs.
What, did I not say it right? Caesar Matador?
Matador.
Are you just mad because I say Caesar like that?
Let's see. I can't twist them right now. I don't have any stuff.
So Nate's question though, okay, no, not Nate's.
Nate ain't got no questions.
How's the Holly Terminator? X-Max Pinnacle, go back and you'll have to go back to the YouTube channel and listen to it because he answered that. Yep, you're right. C10 Brazil.
Ice Queens. What's the name? Nobody's over there jaw jacking?
No. There's 22 people that are just watching. They're just hanging out. Grinder's talking to them about grinder stuff and they're hanging out. So they're just watching you.
Grinder's grinding?
Grinder's grinding. Go check out the 6.0 I'm putting together on my customer's 1969 Impala.
Oh, sweet.
Where's Hogan's truck?
Hogan's truck is at his house. His motor is at his house. We've got to plumb the chassis, and he's still doing a lot of body work on it, so it's not even ready.
Let's shut it down and see if we can get somebody to come in. What do we got to lose?
What are your plans for the Scout KOH? It's been to KOH once. It's just going to be a toy now. Nothing crazy with it. I want to do so. It had a diesel in it with a 6L80 in it. It's just going to get a 4L80 or maybe even a turbo 400 with an LS in it. Probably some Super Duty axles. I've got to get together a King shock package or something like that, and then drive it around. It's a pretty fun little truck. So I think we've logged since we built it. I think we put maybe 40 miles on it, and it was a lot of fun then. But it got a mile per gallon with a 4BT Cummins in it with a compound turbo setup. So
a lot of exhaust.
I think the video, everything is on YouTube. It's pretty comical actually, but it was a lot of fun to do on the show with those guys. So it has more sentimental value than anything.
The Burrito Patrol.
They're watching Aladdin.
You're going, okay, I want to go to Acura setup on my Cadillac, but now I have no idea what to run on my
So airlift or ride tech, you got a couple options, and both of them are pretty viable options. So
those are your choices.
Yeah.
Unless they come out with, we're thinking they might come out with Accu Air Tech.
We'll see.
Ride Tech is owned by Fox now.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming
Fox has got pretty deep pockets.
I think Fox buys it.
I would assume. I mean, I think it would be a dumb move if they don't absorb it. So
I worry about the pinch weld clearing the trans tunnel and keeping the pinion angle okay. Well, you might have to do some modifications. Only you would know on what chassis you're running, on whether or not. So Chad would be a good example of that. Now Chad's running Chad's running a turbo 350, not a 4L80.
Tin Shed, do you guys think SEMA will happen? That's actually a pretty good question.
I do.
Topic.
I do. Yeah,
you think?
Yeah, everybody's rescheduling. So I just saw today, LS Fest West is getting pushed to June.
Under the lights too.
C10 Nationals is getting pushed to August. Holy
crap.
Yeah.
August, September. If all this stuff just keeps getting pushed to the end of the year, the end of this year is going to be a disaster.
Well, SEMA is SEMA. So SEMA is going to be it's the big dog. So I don't think that I think that they have way too much riding on it.
Yeah, but March Madness, as we talked about before, had a lot riding on it too, and they canceled everything. So,
but they had to. I mean, to me, they had to cancel that. Whereas we'll be hopefully out of the water. Our social distancing will have paid off. Our flattening the curve will have paid off by then, and we will be we'll be out of the water. So let's hope for it. And hola, Cesar Matador. Did I say it right? So
he says ha ha ha.
So yeah, SEMA will be a go. Everybody, what's going to happen is the flattening the curve is going to be ironically funny. I guess I don't think they really need to see me when I talk, but flattening the curve is going to be ironically funny in that you're going to have 6 different options in July, August, and September of what to do because everybody's going to try to continue their shows. They've paid that money, and they don't want to lose the money from you to come to LS Fest West, C10 Nationals, whatever the show might be, and they don't want to lose it. So they're just going to push it back. But for us, hi, Johnny. For us,
hola, Johnny.
LS Fest West is under the lights on, I think, June 14th, 15th, or something like that. But that's also the same as Brothers, so it's going to be a tough one if Brothers is the same weekend.
J-Rod 0074, did you answer the truck question about 5.3 heads? Yeah, go back a little ways. We talked about it. 799 heads are your go-tos if you can. CNC port if you want to make
GSI or Wicked Welds Custom Shop Chassis.
Pinnacle C10 says GSI.
I don't even know what Wicked Welds Custom Shop Chassis is.
I'm a GSI guy.
Yeah.
I like GSI.
Yes, Warbeard, the Red. I love that name. Dino's is the only show. If you had to pick one show out of the year, that's the one to go to, brother. C10's in the trailer park is pretty sweet too, though. Man, those are neck and neck. Okay, let's see what Jesse. He's new and he didn't ask any questions. So, Too Low 78. Hey, I have a stock front end with 3-inch spindles in my bagged and bodied 78 C10. Is there something to get the steering toe in, and have you guys ever ran into this problem? Thanks.
Stock front end with 3-inch spindles in my bagged and bodied 78 C10. Is there something you can get? Sorry, I'm reading. I wasn't listening.
So 3-inch spindles.
Do you have? Are you running a rack?
Yeah. Old school or power steering, or are you running a Mustang 2 style rack?
Yeah, I would go a rack for that for sure. You'd have to make a mount. I wouldn't try and run the factory box if you're Z'd or something like that. A rack all the way, just an SN95 rack, and make some mounts for it, and you'll be golden. I don't know if they're still making it or not. GSI once upon a time made some inverted taper head bolts that would go through, and then they had some misalignments and a couple other things that would go to the rack. That would go to the rack, and that's what's on my turbo truck, and the thing drives.
And that's really no different than even what Yellowstone had. I mean, it wasn't bodied, but I mean, it was bagged and it had 2.5-inch spindles on it. So
yeah,
I would think you could get that racked and aligned, and you would be fine.
Yeah,
so maybe hit up GSI. What's up with Orange Slice? It's sitting in the trailer. I opened up the trailer today. What up, Nelson? Are you supposed to be in bed in the past your curfew, girl?
It is super late up there.
Yeah, it's late up in Buffalo or in Ontario.
Canada.
Texas, Rusty Ranch, Texas asked about Orange Slice. Orange Slice is kicking butt and taking names. I love that truck. Was supposed to take it on Power Tour. I don't know. I think Power Tour is probably going to get extended or moved as well. So I've got a handful of things to do to get ready, and my goal is still to go on Power Tour with Orange Slice. That's the plan.
I got a fresh grain belt to drink to Paul Hitch.
Yes. Salute to Paul Hitch, 103 years old. Where are my cameras at?
Mr. GM truck.
Oh my God, what a fun dude. How lucky we were. Thanks, Mosa, for making that happen, but what a good dude. So what do we got here? So we answered some of those. We're over here on Instagram now.
799 heads on an LQ4. If you can, I would stick. I mean, a 317 head I think is going to be a better deal for that. But if you can, I would find a set of LY6 heads. You'll be much happier with the flow numbers, and they're just a fantastic head.
Serious question: Corona, Coors, or Budweiser? Well, when I was young, Coors, but now Corona. Budweiser never. I will. If it's Budweiser is the only beer in the cooler, I will not drink beer. That shit gives me a massive headache.
I make moonshine, so I drink that.
Yeah, you do, and I drink some of that too. Let's see how backlogged are we on Insta Wiener?
Let's see. Do you guys think Chop and Block will be at risk? I don't think so, because that guy he still goes to work anyway. Shh. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Oh yeah. Oh, because Callie says they can't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care. Nelly, past my bedtime.
Well, go to bed.
I'd say you need your beauty rest, but we've seen your pictures. You don't. Rusty Ranch, yes, 454. That does have a stock 454 with a turbo 400. It's probably geared just right because it runs a lot better than the Stone did. The Stone had 373.
It's hot in here, he says.
Oh, dude, it is, man.
There we go. Little breeze now.
We're getting
You didn't have the fly window open.
Hold on.
Well, it hadn't been opened in a while.
There's not a lot of social distance on that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, 454 with a turbo 400, and I think it must have like 354 gears because it purrs. And when we drove it from Montana, it did great. So
let's talk about de-stroking a 6-liter to a 4.8. I want to de-stroke a 4.8 and make a sub 4-liter LS.
Okay, explain what you're talking about. I have no idea. So you're going to do what? Let's talk about de-stroking a 6.0 to a 4.8.
I like it.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
So you're just changing the stroke in a 6-liter, so you still get the cylinder bore size,
yes,
but you're changing the stroke to a 4.8 stroke.
So are you running 4.8
rods? The
rods?
stroke, the higher RPM.
Are you running 4.8 rods?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
so it's like a stroker, 383. You're running 400.
Yeah,
rods and crank.
There's some other things you got to do, but it makes them turn higher RPM.
Higher RPM, more torque.
Higher RPM.
And what kind of horsepower?
Horsepower. I don't know. I don't know what the horsepower. I've never done it before.
So more zoom, boom.
Yeah, but the
don't make noises. Your sister's watching.
The way that a high, or I've heard an LS at 10,000 RPM before, and it's like music. So it's fantastic. But yes.
So why don't you do that? Let's do one.
There you go for high revving. Why would you do it for high rev?
No, let's do it.
Yeah.
But what in that what application? Donuts.
You could. I mean, a burnout truck, a donut deal, going fast, be cool.
What's the horsepower on Stickles on Limbo LS7?
I don't know.
6?
I don't remember what it makes. I think it's like 6 at the crank. It's got a Holly setup on it that he's not.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. But it's still fast.
It's fast for sure. Yeah.
And what's your turbo truck put out?
It made 604 on the dyno with the old turbo on it. So now it's got a better flowing turbo on it now. It makes 14 pounds of boost, and the timing is in the toilet because I run this garbage pump gas that we have.
But so you think you're still like 650?
No, it's 6. It's I guess maybe so, probably 650. But yeah, if I put it on.
What up, Del? What does anybody need more than 600?
I wish I could go live with Del. That'd be cool.
You know how many girls said that?
Just me.
Well, you're not a girl.
Oh.
So what do you need more than 600 horsepower? I've driven your truck. I've driven Limbo. You don't need.
You don't.
Tell me.
So the average Joe doesn't understand what 300.
Do you think in Canada they say the average Del?
Yeah, I would.
Is there such a thing as the average Del?
So the average Del.
The average Del instead of the average Joe. The average Sam.
I don't think that most people understand what like 385 horsepower feels like, because for example, my little turbo truck with no turbo, with the cam that's in it, made 380 and change to the tire. It's a bunch of horsepower, and it gets you down the road, and it blows the tires off everywhere you go. With the turbo, it just does it even more. So,
what's he saying, Del? 500 horsepower to Canadian.
500 horsepower.
Yeah, you lose. It's the coefficient, or not the coefficient.
What's the exchange rate on horsepower?
Yeah. Ask Nelly about that exchange rate, or Liam. It took 2 years for Van Halen to get up there.
Nelly says,
What's Sammy saying? Oh, tacos. Yeah.
Nah.
So you don't need more than 600. 600, 650.
600's a bunch.
That's a shit ton. Running a stock bottom
and a 5.3, 600 lift cam, ported polished twin turbos. Hell yeah. I like it. Sounds like the old Chevy 302s. Yeah, those things you could wrap them out pretty good. Low compression turbo motor. Yep. If you wanted to do a low compression turbo motor like a 5.3, you could do a set of 241s on a 5.3, and it drops your compression ratio, I think, down to like 8.5, and then you could compensate with boost and just jack all the boost at it.
Well, so let me go back to like a serious question for Bowman. We're going to go for about 15 more minutes, so get your questions in. He's going to cycle through the questions on Instagram and look through them real quick. But with guys like Don Hardy Racing,
Hoser power,
yeah, that's the coefficient. 600 isn't that much.
Get out of here, fat fender.
Yeah, because we see you just romping on your trucks all the time, Jason. Just tearing them up.
Why don't you come over here? You're just down the street.
How come we don't have any donut videos of Fat Fender? Will
the Slant 6 ever make a comeback? It depends on if you start building them or not, I guess.
Yeah.
You start building them.
Hey, congratulations, Del, on the cover of that new magazine. That's pretty cool. So really quick, I want to hit you up, Jason. I want to put you under the gun on. Why don't you just become a professional builder, a motor builder? You know so much about motors. You build.
Because I like the whole aspect of the truck, not just the engine.
All right.
I love horsepower, and I like going fast. Obviously, if you watch any of my stupid videos destroying tires, it's a lot of fun. And one of these days, I guess I'll go out to the Hoonigan Burnyard and burn it down with one of my dumb trucks. But I like everything about these trucks, so that's why I don't just build motors. Plus, if to say that you're an actual engine builder, I don't have one, like, I'd have to buy so much more equipment. You have to have a machine shop to be an actual engine builder.
Yeah. So when you think about an engine builder like Nelson Racing or Don Hardy, if you could, and I know you wouldn't because you're going to build your own motor, but if you could, who would you buy a motor from? If you said
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet?
Yep. The beef. So if I have a choice of buying an engine, and here's the screwed up part, and I'm about to upset a whole bunch of people, and I'm gonna tell you this because Aaron and Jonathan thought it was the funniest.
He's
thing in
gonna
the world
upset a bunch of people.
Yeah. So GM crate motors are built by Roush Racing.
What?
Yeah. So every GM crate motor that you get,
screw you, Fat Fender.
Roush Racing built. So the reason I know this is because Aaron Kaufman, and Jonathan Mansour, they went to Detroit and they were touring the Roush Racing facility. And so they're looking at all the EcoBoost motors and all the stuff that was for the new GTs that was cruising down there. And they look in the other side of the hall and they go, what's all those motors in there? And they said, that's GM's LS,
Great.
GM Performance stuff. So anything GM Performance, Roush Racing builds.
Fat Fender's saying it's true. He can't be trusted. We need to confirm that. That's a cool rumor. I mean, we got to be all that. Roush also built superchargers for LS engines, sold them on eBay Extreme.
Yep.
Well, there you go. So now you heard it here that Roush is behind all that crate stuff. So that's kind of crazy.
So Aaron and John thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and they thought they were going to get me all distraught when I was coming to Texas, and they waited until I got to Texas to tell me that, and they wanted to see my reaction in person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter who's building it or machining it, but I guess it matters more who's designing it.
Why do you prefer fuel injection instead of old school carb? We've covered that a few times, but
it can be on there. You can go through it.
Fuel injection is, quote Leonardo DiCaprio in The Aviator, it's the wave of the future.
You're so knowledgeable.
So
I asked him if he was watching The Tiger King, and he told me no. So
I don't.
Yeah.
I explained to you my weirdness on that. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
If it's popular, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, but he's going to watch he's going to watch Leonardo DiCaprio in The Aviator.
He's a good movie. I'm an airplane guy. If you didn't know, I'm a certified aircraft mechanic. So not a lot of people know that about me, but that's what I do.
Limbo in Disbury, Alberta, doing donuts was awesome. Oh yeah, that was Dell.
Was that Dell or
Dell? No, Dell did it at the show.
Did they allow Dell back in Canada?
Yeah, he went.
Oh.
Yeah, he had to check in with the Mounties.
Yeah, so make sure he doesn't have too much American on him.
Yeah, he had to check in. True story. Okay, we got about let's go 10 more minutes. We're gonna go till 8 o'clock. Thanks for
pushing it out.
For tuning in. No, I think we went to 8.
Oh,
or we can keep going, but that's fine.
Hey, we build C10s too. No, you don't, Fat Fender. You build Fords.
No, that's the irony of it. He builds it, but
he builds more C10s.
He builds more C10s than he does Fords, but he just talks shit about it.
You need to change your name it's not Fat Fender Garage anymore. It's C10 Garage.
Virtual burnout competition. Big Ten versus the saloon. Oh, come on. Square Body Saloon. You guys have a rad place, but I don't know when it comes. You'd lose that one. Extremely cheap. What are you talking about, extremely cheap?
Is he talking about motors? It's fake news. No, it's not. Sorry.
What's fake news?
I wished it was.
What's fake news?
The LS is being built at Roush.
Oh, yeah. Apparently not if we got like 10 of these guys saying that it's true. So. Yeah, there we go. Boosted view. She wants to come in.
Let's see.
Bring her in.
Come on, add something.
Come on. Oh!
Unable to join.
Now it's saying unable to join.
Oh, at least we got something there. Let's see.
You guys got to get me on. Get me on down in Arizona. I'm just north of Vegas and Nevada. Sometime we will talk all this stuff. Get him on there. Killer, we'll end this and then bring it back in. Somebody said if we end it and bring it back in.
Well, we've already done that.
Yeah, but I don't think we actually. I don't think we went out.
Where's the drinks? Where's your?
Right here. You want to go have a couple?
Oh, he can't see it over there. There you go. There's the drink.
Of course, it's the coronavirus.
This is my drink.
I should put 19 on all of them.
Let's see. What's my next project? Let me see here if I can move that over there. You can't really see the whiteboard, but that's all the projects coming through. There's quite a few.
So what's Jason's next project? Where's the drinks? Airlift or Slam Specialties? Well, you're kind of talking two different things.
Well, that's Fat Fender. We're not talking to him anymore.
Let's see. Fat Fender. And Mosif. About that pile of donuts. Yeah. Hey, Mosif, we're working on a cool video right now. We've got some aerial footage. We got some good footage, and that video will be out. I've got a 14-year-old who's wanting some extra money, so she's helping me with that. If you're taking bags, slam.
If you're talking bags, yeah, slam. I like slam.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's talking. Slam were expensive though. Ask Jason.
A little pricey. Square Body Saloon were 4-1 in burnout competitions.
Well, you might be 4-2 if you keep it up.
Dell's got to watch porn now. See ya.
See you guys. Got to watch some porn. Let's before we wrap it up, because we're only going to go for a few more minutes. Fight Corona with Corona. Let's try to get the killer in or boosted in.
I think we can take you. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
We'll do it. You gotta come here though. Who's the one that you lost to? I guess.
Yeah. I thought you had a White Claw. No, it's Corona.
So I know it looks like a White Claw.
66 Chevy wants to come in.
Yanni,
come on!
It's not working. Hey, Saloon, if you guys have lost, who did you lose to? We're losing viewers. We're down to 19 on here.
Oh man!
Bye, YouTube.
Are we not answering questions? Or
they just didn't have any. Thanks, guys. I have good info. Yeah. Rusty Ranch. Yeah, hopefully we answered all your questions on YouTube. We got a few more over here on Instagram. For the YouTube guys that are still here, we will be back. So I don't have it scheduled, but I'll sit down and I'll talk to. Let's go talk to Matador. That'll be a fun one. So let's get Matador on. I don't know, maybe Sunday night. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, okay? You'll have to really get your drinking going on there.
Well, that dude drinks. It's always Modelo time at Matador.
Always.
Yeah. So tune in again. Hopefully you guys have liked it. Let us know how what you thought, and will put this video out to the world. Grinder, who's also right here, he's going to be on. So we're going to have Sam Castronova, Grinder,
you're gonna have
Matador.
Sam on here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you not have Sam?
Who's going to watch?
All the hot chicks.
It'd be okay?
All the hot chicks. Now, really, so why would you have Sam? So to me, what I love about Sam, to give him some love, is that he's a finisher. He has vision, and a lot of guys always ask me what how to get in SEMA. So if you think about a guy who puts a complete package together, who visions a truck, who creates a truck, who builds a truck, and then kind of wraps it all up and is able to do that finish, in my mind, that's Sam. So it's more of the business perspective, and that's Sam's not going to tell you he's the mechanic. He's the business guy.
He is the man. I like that.
Yeah, he's the business guy, and he's going to come up with that. So there's a lot of people out there that you guys all say, well, I want a ranch, I want to build, but how do I get into SEMA? How do I put that package together? And if anybody knows how to do that, then that's Sam. So, and he's entertaining and he's funny, and why not Sam? He's a good friend, and I like to sit down with him, just like Big Ten Bowman. So that's who else will be on. Metal Ox. So that'll be fun and entertaining because everybody's going to ask him how to cut their trucks down, and he's not going to tell you.
And he's very quiet.
He is quiet, but I can get him going. So Metal Ox and Yanni G. You have to say Yanni G. What a man. If you can say what a man, then you know it's almost like what's his face from Scarface. What a man. That's how Johnny does it, but Johnny G. So that's who's next. So we started off with Big Ten Bowman, Big 10 millimeter, and we're going to have Sammy, Cesar Matador, Yanni, Grinder. Why is Grinder going to be on? Well, Grinder does videos, Grinder does marketing, Grinder does Instagram, and he does show promotion. So he's behind. He's been doing shows for 20 years. So I thought, let's reach out to Grinder. So many guys are putting together truck shows, and he can help with that. So,
and one of these days, what I'd like to do when all this social distancing crap is over, I'd like to do a panel. So it'd be really fun to have a panel of dudes up and just jaw jacking. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing this.
I don't know how many guys said they'd like to have a panel of dudes, but Bowman did. I just want you to know that. But he did. When I put this together, and I'm kind of on half screen, when I put this together, he's like, dude, let's do 6 of us. And I'm all, we can't. Okay, we just can't. And the other thing would be, if I'm moderating that, trying to keep it together, it would be an abortion. And then Sam, one thing with Sam, the best part about, I'm kind of flashing between cameras and more, the best part, I think Sam might even still be watching us, is the best part about social distancing with Sam is you won't leave bruised, because when he talks, he likes to punch you
Sam's already soaking up the panel of dudes.
Yeah. Well, Sam will punch you. You will be bruised. If you're having a conversation with Sam, you will be bruised by the time it's over.
A panel of builders.
A panel of builders.
I don't care if it's dudes or girls or whatever.
Won't work. Home Built said it won't work. Yeah, try to keep that.
Well, that's just because he's making fun of you doing it.
Yeah.
Sam's not watching.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Grinder, we're going to get Tray 5 on the panel of dudes. So that ought to be fun.
No.
We'll have Tray 5 on there, and I'm going to have Grinder on there to moderate.
Yeah, Grinder, can you wrangle Tray 5? Is that possible?
That's what I'm telling Grinder to take care of that. So I think I might try to get Jeremy on here too as well, because he runs a shop.
To be paddled by dudes.
Okay. So, hey, I'm going to let Jason continue to answer some questions. Try to get Killer in. He definitely Nobody's worked harder than getting that that guy in. So what I'm going to do on YouTube here, guys, I'm going to unplug everything from the laptop, and I'm going to take you...
By YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work because I'm streaming off my phone, but I can still stream.
Well, just leave it plugged in. Who cares?
No.
All you got to do is cancel your thing.
No. It'll be fine. So it'll still just go off of the hotspot.
Metalox, he is here.
So let's take a little tour of the garage here. We got the lights turned off. So...
here, I guess I can walk around with this.
Yeah, you can walk around. Well, let's turn the lights on and we'll walk around a little bit.
Let's see.
So we're going to walk around a little bit since this will be on a video that will, I guess, be in YouTube forever. So I gave the phone to Big Ten. He's going to go turn the lights on, and then we'll walk around the shop. But I'll give you a little bit of an idea of kind of all the different motors that he has and all the, hit upload. I will. Grinder, that's a great idea. Oh, boy, think you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. So he's got the lights back on. So let's take a little bit of a tour. Well, here, I'll follow him since this is his shop and he knows what's going on everywhere.
There's quite a few engines sitting in here. So this one here, just picked it up. This is a L96. It's out of a van, 6-liter. It's going in I don't know what, because the guy that owns it doesn't know what it's going in yet. He's got a few.
What motor is this one right here?
That's a 6-liter out of a van. And then there's an LS3 back here under here. It's just I moved everything around so that we can so I can actually do work. So
and what's this one going in?
This one's going in a 65 C10.
Whose?
George Ramirez.
George.
I
say George.
Jorge Ramirez. And then
Suck it, Caesar.
And then we've got a 76 C10, but it's actually an 85 C10 with a 76 front end, but it's actually a 76 C10. So.
And what are you doing to this one? This was the abortion.
This one was an abortion.
Okay.
Yeah, this one was crazy. So I am rebuilding this truck front to back without touching the sheet metal. Basically.
So when you look at the stainless and you look at when he's talking about the
stainless radiator
for Nelly and the Canadians, I like how they say rad. They always say radiator. So the radiator. But Jason does a lot of stainless work.
Yeah, it's just easier for me to put the hoses where I want them to go, and then I don't have to worry about going to the auto parts store.
Well, so let's say this: what if you're doing a simple 5.3? I know simple 5.3 on a square body or a C10 truck. What's the best hose that you've used? Like, do you have that?
Just a factory truck out of 2000 up Silverado.
Okay.
There's your big block boat anchor, Sam, sitting right here. Hello. Look at paint's falling off the stupid thing.
So while he's over there, I'm going to show you guys a couple more motors that he's got. He's got some heads. He's got a big block.
This is the truck that I have.
What's Jackson's motor?
That's a 6-liter. It's got what is that? LY6 bottom end, LS2 heads.
That's not going in the shrimp truck, is it?
No, it's going in a red C10.
Okay. That looks like it's got some horsepower to it. It's all bagged up. It's got a condom on it. Are you protecting that from the coronavirus?
Yeah, all these.
Okay.
It's been sitting for a while.
Now, what about this guy?
So this one's the one that was the 200,000 mile plus engine that was in this truck. So there's a local guy here that did a swap and did it very, very poorly. and he was sold a bill of goods. This was supposed to be a new engine. Turns out it wasn't. So,
are you doing your dry cleaning?
Yeah, you got to send it. We can't right now because the coronavirus.
Oh,
yeah. So anyway, it's a fresh built motor now.
He's trying to protect it.
Yeah, I don't want the.
So it's going in this little Johnny K 76.
It goes in this little 76 right here. And then, so the other fun part about this is, it might be kind of hard to see, but this transmission is a early 4L60E. So the bell housing is not right on this one.
How can you not have a bell housing that's not right?
So the bottom half of this bell housing is not right for an LS. It still will pick up the 5 bolts that'll hold it. So this transmission obviously does work because it was moving this truck around. But the bottom half of the bell housing does not jive with the oil pans.
Because that was going on like a...
it was in a Vortec motor.
Oh, okay, like a 5.7.
Early 5.7 Vortec.
Huh. So that means that's not computer then?
Yes, that's computer controlled. Yeah,
okay.
It's just early. Arizona High Test says V8s or what?
Calm down, Borland. Oh, that's what I forgot. So Jason,
yeah.
High Test is going to be on as well.
Yeah.
Now, what about this motor?
So this is an LT. This is a L86 6.2. This one's going. This one will. Here, I'll show you something fun. So that motor, that L86, has an 8-speed tranny behind it. The 4-wheel drive is going to go away. It's either going to go in a 55 Chevy car, or it's going to go in a 72 C10 on a GSI chassis with coilovers. He's not quite sure, but these are going on it. So,
and those are Nelson Racing turbos?
Nelson Racing mirror image turbos.
Oh boy.
So 7268s.
So it's going to be fast truck.
I'm shooting for 1,000 on this guy.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
What up, AZ High Test? Lolo!
Yay.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to take you out.
Anyway,
hopefully you guys enjoyed the first Builders. This is funny. It's like the opposite. Hopefully you enjoyed the first Builder series that we did. Big Ten Garage right here. Fun time with Jason. And we got some question answered for you guys. Answered. And then I got to make sure, I'm going to call Grindr here and say, make sure you upload it. So we're going to upload the video. The video will be on YouTube, C10 Talk YouTube. And is there more important information that you're talking about?
No, I was just showing the $500 a piece tires that I.
Oh yeah, he's got the Diamondback Classic. So I'm gonna take you guys out. Thanks for checking in. It was fun. We will have more shows coming up with our social distancing, and hopefully you guys are doing okay. Stay safe out there. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Social distancing. Hopefully we can flatten the curve. All right, guys. Late.